Monday Night Football is on Westwood 1.
Throws, end zone, picked off, intercepted, streak back to the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30. They will not catch him.
Tonight is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
When people think of the Jags, you think of a team that is one of the best teams in the NFL, that is a top contender in the AFC. So we understand the matchup and the team that we're playing and what it's going to take to beat a really good team in Buffalo. So, we're looking forward to the opportunity, but we're not making it more than what it is. I mean, every game is important, and I know we've lost our first two this year, and that's really what matters.
And the Buffalo Bills.
The last couple times we've played them, they've gotten the best of us. So they're flying around, they're playing real solid together defense. Got guys with a lot of motor, and they don't let up. So we're going to have our hands full, but, Bills Mafia, they live for games like this, so hopefully we have them in the building and they're as loud as can be. Best fans in the league.
Kickoff is less than 15 minutes away. Let's head to the stadium and join John Sadak and Ross Tucker.
We welcome you to the close of week number 3 in the National Football League as the Buffalo Bills host the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday Night Football. Tonight's broadcast of the National Football League on Westwood 1 is sponsored by The Home Depot, by Navy Federal Credit Union, by BetMGM, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by CDW, by Gorilla Glue, and by the official NFL app. Hi, everybody. John Sadak alongside former NFL offensive lineman Ross Tucker. Rich Eisen will join us later from our Westwood 1 studios as we get you set for one of our 2 matchups tonight. In Cincinnati, kicking off in just about 1 hour, it'll be the Bengals and the Washington Commanders. But here in Western New York, minutes away from kick in Bills and Jaguars. And Ross, 2 streaking starting quarterbacks. The longest active win streak belongs to the Bills' Josh Allen. He has won 7 straight regular season games. The Jaguars' Trevor Lawrence has fallen in 7 consecutive games.
And I think that right there would be surprising to a lot of people, John, right? I think people remember that the Bills finished the season strong last year, but maybe not that many wins in a row. Of course, remembers the playoff loss here to Kansas City, and obviously they're 2-0 to start this year. And then the Jaguars, that's even more surprising. They were 8-3 at one point last year. And if you remember, a couple years ago, both of these teams won playoff games, and they were in the divisional round, and yet here we are where Jacksonville has really gone south, which makes this game tonight critically important to them. I mean, we see all the statistics out there about just how difficult it is to make the postseason as an 0-3 team. Trevor Lawrence is desperate for a win. The Jacksonville Jaguars are beyond desperate for a win, especially if they want to stay in this thing this year.
If they were to lose, it would be the first 0-3 start since 2021 for the Jags. That was Lawrence's rookie year, while the Bills, Ross, are trying to go 3-0 for the 3rd time under Sean McDermott.
And what's so interesting about the Bills' fast start is it feels like this is almost Buffalo Bills 2.0 with Sean McDermott and Josh Allen. So many of the guys that have been core players the last few years during this extended playoff run, all division championships, they're gone. Mitch Morse is now in Jacksonville playing center. Gabe Davis is now in Jacksonville playing wide receiver, although I guess they're both here in Buffalo tonight. Stephon Diggs, obviously, in Houston, and then all kinds of changes on defense. Not only do they have 2 new safeties and Tre'Davious White's with the Rams, they're also missing their entire second level of their defense to injury, which makes what the Bills have done already so far this year incredibly impressive.
In terms of this series, the last 7 matchups have been decided by a touchdown or less. The Jags have actually won 4 of the last 6 and beat them across the pond in London last year. But this is a Bills team that has a really good young running back in James Cook and a Jags team that has a really good young running back in Travis Etienne Jr.
And there's a pretty good chance that whichever team is able to get that young running back going, especially early in the game, will have the best chance to win this one. Clearly the quarterbacks are talented, but they're much, much better when they get that run game going, just giving them enough on the ground.
And the 2 head coaches familiar with one another. Sean McDermott of the Bills, Doug Peterson of the Jaguars shared time together with the Philadelphia Eagles 2009 and 2010. Time to check tonight's weather, sponsored by Prize Picks. Football season is here, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Download Prize Picks and use code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details. It is 70 degrees. There was light rain falling during the course of warm-ups. That is unlikely to return. It'll likely dip down into the mid-60s over the course of the game. Stay with us. We work our way toward kickoff. It's Jacksonville and Buffalo. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Never miss a snap from your favorite school on SiriusXM.
Breaks the tackle. Down the sideline he goes.
The top games across the country are delivered right to you no matter where you are.
Wide open at the 25, 15, 10.
From now until Championship Monday, go to SiriusXM.com/college football schedule to find out where to hear your school.
On 4th and 1. That's 53 more.
In your car or streaming on the SiriusXM app.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. Let's go, man! We're back on the track Sunday,
2 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Hollywood Casino 400 from Kansas Speedway.
Checker fly, baby. Yeah!
On SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90, in the car, and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Oh, yeah!
Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the SiriusXM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yes!
To truly go inside the game of pro football, you need to see things from the player's perspective.
Let's go!
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, catch the Player's Point.
Let's go! Let's bring energy!
Join NFL tight end Colin Thompson and Miami Dolphins fullback Alec Ingold as they break down the biggest stories in the NFL.
It's an encouraging way to look at football.
The Player's Point. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on NFL Channel 88 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Feel the thrill of the Premier League on SiriusXM FC.
Arsenal running riot. A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Hear every pulse-pounding moment.
Haaland scores the hat-trick. Brilliant left-foot strike by Salah. What a goal by Marcus Rashford.
From the world's most exciting league.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur.
Manchester United turn it round.
All on your radio home for that beautiful game.
If you like soccer, you are in the right place.
Premier League lives on SiriusXM FC 157 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
Stadium lights are out here at Highmark Stadium as flares alternating red and white burst into the air, a slate gray sky above, and the seats saturated with red and blue. It is Bills and Jags. Time for Ross Tucker's Keys to the Game, sponsored by LinkedIn. Let LinkedIn's deep candidate insights help you find your next Pro Bowl hire today. To post your job for free, go to linkedin.com/recruitment. Terms and conditions apply. Let's get it going with the visiting and on the skids 0-2 Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, let's start with the Jags on the offensive side of the ball, where they have especially struggled. They need to attack the second level of the Bills' defense. There's no Taron Johnson and nickelback. They're down both starting linebackers, Matt Milano, Terrell Bernard. You can argue that's their three best defensive players. So whether it's the backs out of the backfield, crossing routes to receivers, the young tight end Brenton Strange, attack the middle of the field, in particular that second level of the defense. And then on the defensive line, pressure Josh Allen. He has more turnovers than anybody else in football going back to 2020. The Jaguars have some legit edge rushers in Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker. They got to get after Josh Allen and pressure him into one of those mistakes.
In terms of Josh Allen and those 2-0 Bills, what do you see?
I think offensively, if I'm the Bills, I keep running it like they did last week against the Dolphins. You know, they've been the most run-heavy team in the league since Joe Brady became their offensive coordinator in Week 11 last year. Over 35 attempts per game, and certainly Josh Allen's part of that, but still, I think that's been a formula for success for them. And then defensively, their D-line's been impressive. Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, even Von Miller has found the fountain of youth. Meanwhile, the Jags' offensive line, even though most of those guys are pretty highly paid, they have struggled. The Bills need their defensive line to win that matchup all night long.
Now, you mentioned the play calling of Joe Brady. The Bills 8-1 in the 9 games that he has been the play caller, going heavier on the run. The Bills out there on the field in their blue tops, white pants with the red and blue stripe down the outside of the leg, the white helmet, and the blue socks nearly to the knee for the loosening Josh Allen, who was whipping three-quarter angle throws with a white glove on his left hand just shy of midfield. Smoke still billows from what brought the Bills out onto the field. The opening kickoff is coming up. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Football season is here, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. Season-long fantasy takes so much time, but on Prize Picks, you can pick a new lineup every day. The app is so simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 100 times your money. On Prize Picks, you can still cash out even if the lineup isn't perfect, and all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Not only that, but Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy app with injury insurance. If one of your players goes down in the first half, Prize Picks doesn't count it as a loss. Just some of the many ways that Prize Picks puts its members first. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win or receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Hey, football fans, if you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right, you can earn real cash back with Upside today just for buying the gas you're already buying. Some users make up to $340. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app and use promo code TOUCHDOWN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Download the Upside app and use promo code TOUCHDOWN for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank.
Welcome back to Monday Night Football on Westwood One. It's time for another memorable moment in football history. Sponsored by Coles.
Single back as Etienne gets the handoff, running over the left side, finds a hole at the 30. He's free at the 20. Left numbers to the 10. Breaks a tackle and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars! A 35-yard run for Travis Etienne Jr. His second touchdown of the game, and this one should ice it in London. Jaguars 24, Bills 13. 2:56 to play in the fourth. J.P. Shadrick with the call. Week 5 last season right here on Westwood 1. Jaguars took care of business across the pond. Travis Etienne's second touchdown run of the game made it all but impossible for Buffalo to stage a comeback. Etienne was unstoppable, rushing for 136 yards in those 2 scores. Trevor Lawrence also shined for Jacksonville, threw for 315 yards and a touchdown. The Jaguars' 25-20 victory over the Bills marked their second win in London in 8 days, following a triumph over Atlanta. The back-to-back wins in England propelled Jacksonville to a 6-2 start. However, the Jags stumbled down the stretch, losing 5 of 6 to end the season and missing the playoffs by just 1 game. That's tonight's memorable moment in football history, sponsored by Kohl's. When life gets real, start at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. They've lowered prices on thousands of items store-wide. Kohl's, where families come first. Well, the Jaguars won the toss and deferred, clad in their white tops, black pants, black lettering and numerals with a faint teal trim of the black helmet. Buffalo in its iconic royal blue tops and socks nearly to the knee, and the white lettering and numerals, white pants with the red and blue stripe down the outside of the leg. And Ross, you know this well. There is a buzz to Buffalo, an energy that is in this building that's in its penultimate year. A new Highmark Stadium will come calling in 2026.
Well, these are some of the best fans in the NFL, and certainly was my best stint, my best time as a player in the NFL. You know, I think they're just so appreciative, John, that they are able to have an NFL team here in Western New York, and they're even more appreciative when they've been as good as they've been in recent years.
And so we close in on kick, the 18th regular season meeting. The Bills lead 9-8. Jacksonville has won both playoff clashes. Jags set to kick right to left, teed up between the hashes at the 35. Ty Johnson, Brandon Codrington are the return men. The ball booted a third deep in the end zone, a bent right knee, and we get underway. Now the Bills 2-0 on the year. Josh Allen, 7 straight regular season wins, the longest active in the league. He has not thrown a pick yet this year. He threw a career-worst 18 a season ago. Khalil Shakir is a favored target and is the only Bills wide receiver with over 51 career receiving yards from Allen. James Cook, their outstanding running back, 3 touchdowns last week at Miami. So first down and 10, and Cook is the deep back as they break huddle. Out of the shotgun, single back right. Tight end and 2 wide to the near right. Running back motion to the far left. Snap on the far left hash at the 30. Allen takes the snap. 4-step drop. He throws to his left. Caught in stride by Cook. Dances up the left sideline for a first down. Bursting nearly to midfield. Tripped up at the 49. Monteric Brown stumbles him after he gains 19 yards.
Well, this is one of the things that James Cook does so well, is make plays as a receiver out of the backfield. They had the outside receiver have an in-breaking route, and the linebacker, Devin Lloyd, covering James Cook. He ran in to Buster Brown. That's why James Cook was wide open.
Receiver motion, Shakir to the slot near right. Buffalo from its own 49. Allen fades out of the gun, lob to the far left in tight man coverage, and he undershoots his man. He was trying to connect with Dalton Kincaid, the starting tight end, who had a man right on top of him, and weak side backer Devin Lloyd.
And that's interesting to me, is the first 2 plays of the game, the Bills are attacking Devin Lloyd. Former first-round pick out of Utah. He's had a pretty good start to the season with his first 2 games, but pretty clear that this early game plan for the Bills is to try to attack Lloyd in coverage.
Curtis Samuel motion to the near right in the slot. Mac Hollins just off a wing left. Delayed handoff goes to Cook, who has little space left side. Cuts into contact and pounds for 3 yards to the opposing 48. Tripped up there by Josh Hines Allen. That's a new hyphenated addition to his last name, honoring his maternal family.
That actually makes it easier for us tonight as opposed to having 2 Josh Allens.
Yes.
I think maybe he had us in mind when he made, I'm kidding obviously, just a tremendous, tremendous player. He had 7 pressures, 4 quarterback hits, and a sack last week in a losing effort.
3rd and 7 at the Jacksonville 48. Bills on the opening drive of the game. Gunn, single back right, tight end motion, low snap. Allen forced to roll to his right, sidearm flip to Cook at the 45, taken out just about immediately. Got to the 44, gain of 4. There'll be 3 short. Jarian Jones the stick.
First decision time of the game for Sean McDermott. 4th and 3, you would think at a minimum the Bills would try to hard count the defense, and the entire sideline for Buffalo is telling everybody to be quiet. Sorry, I can't, fellas. I'm kind of on the radio right now. I need to keep talking at least a little bit. At a minimum, you think this is a hard count. We'll see if they actually run a play or not.
They're 3 for 3 going on 4th down this year. 4th and 3 at the Jacksonville 44. Receiver motion. Shakir loops in the backfield. They snap the ball. Play fake. Allen flick it out left flat. Caught in stride. It's Shakir. He's got the first to the 40, the 35, and out of bounds. All the way to the 32. Andre Sisco veers him out of bounds. A dirty dozen to move the chains.
And what's so interesting about that, John, is they never did come with a hard count. They just snapped it, and what happened was Shakir made it look like he was going in orbit motion. You ever hear orbit motion? You're going all the way around everybody. Right when the ball was snapped, he went back the opposite direction, so the corner traveling with him was necessarily in a trail position.
Shotgun snap, quick hitter near right flat. Caught there again by Shakir. Gets a big block as he turns it up outside right 20 and gets popped out of bounds at the 20-plus yard line. Gets another 12 yards. Mac Hollins had the big block to spring him free.
Once again, this time he looked like he was going in motion across the formation. He stopped again when the ball was snapped and came back out. I'm not sure people nationally realize just how good Shakir is. He has an NFL high 13.6 yards per target That's the highest of any receiver over the last 5 years. Not per catch, per target. Anytime they throw the ball in his direction.
Allen under center, one deep back. Play fake, Allen. Sidearm flick, finds his tight end Dawson Knox, who runs into a pile of Jaguars. Flag flies. He got about a half yard, breaking the plane to the 20. We'll see what the laundry is for. First penalty of the game. Sean Smith is our referee.
An eligible man downfield. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Left tackle Deion Dawkins. We check Buffalo stats inside the red zone. They were just there, sponsored by CDW. Their experts help you get more from your technology so you can do amazing things. Make amazing happen. 8 chances entering this game, 6 touchdowns. Second most red zone TDs in the NFL entering week 3 with New Orleans.
You see that penalty called a lot on run-pass options these days, not really as much on screens. As soon as a lineman is 2 yards downfield before the ball's thrown, it's a penalty.
Allen empty, 1st and 15 at the 25. Shotgun snap. Fire to his wideout who had been in the backfield. Curtis Samuel thread the needle and he absorbs harm. Gets popped fiercely after a gain of 9 to the 16. Oluwakin got him.
Samuel is kind of their Swiss Army knife, and they're going to use him out of the backfield a lot. He was a high school running back coming out of New York City, played some running back for the Ohio State Buckeyes, and so when they put him in the backfield, it's basically a receiver who's going to be matched up typically by a linebacker.
2nd and 6, Bills at the Jags 16, opening drive of the game, handoff to Cook. Between tackles, gets popped just below the hip and stumbled just over the 15. Give him a couple to the 14. It'll be 3rd down and 4. And there's a down Jaguar. It is Jarian Jones who was writhing on his back in pain. Now rolled onto his right shoulder. No score, 10:30 to go in the opening quarter. Bills and Jaguars. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hi there, it's Will Arnett here, host of Smartless, a podcast I do with my pals Sean Hayes and Jason Bateman. On Smartless, we connect people from all walks of life with special guests from Larry David, Selena Gomez, Arnold Schwarzenegger to Presidents Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton. But it's an off-the-cuff podcast examining the nooks and crannies of an English muffin to breaking down world affairs. And now you can hear every new episode a full week early on the SiriusXM app. Just search Smartless to join the fun.
Hear the Premier League's most pivotal matches every week on SiriusXM FC.
Cut back, Garnacho fires it into the roof of the net.
Old Trafford is the site for a crucial early season clash as Manchester United squares off with Tottenham Hotspur.
Son with a shot into the corner and Tottenham lead.
Man United Tottenham. Live coverage kicks off Sunday morning at 11:30 Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
NFL fans, Christopher Russo here, and on SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio, we give you NFL talk with a bite to it. First, it's our Monday morning quarterback, Adam Shine, 9 Eastern.
Let me make sure I'm clear, tough guy.
He looks beyond the wins and losses and identifies the trends you need to know. Every week on Mad Dog Unleashed, you're going to hear Super Bowl MVP Phil Simms and insiders Peter Schrager and Mike Lombardi preview the action. We're talking football all week long on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, in the car, and the SiriusXM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
John Sadak, Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Buffalo. Give your team an edge with Grainger. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry, plus fast delivery and 24/7 support when you call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. No score, 10:30 to go, first quarter. Buffalo on the drive, opening drive of the game at the Jacksonville 15-yard line. Call it 3rd down and 5. They show empty. Ty Johnson is out wide, running back. They go 5 wide, 3 and 2.
Anytime the Bills are empty, you need to be looking for Josh Allen's legs. The Jaguars better be ready for a quarterback draw.
Allen, quarterback draw, you called it, and he has space inside of the 10. He pierces to the 7. You saw it coming, and he gallops for 8. A big gash into the heart of the Jacksonville defense. 1st and goal.
So that's so interesting to me because I know the Jaguars coaches watch more film than I do. But anytime they go to an empty set, especially down near the goal line or 3rd down, they have such a high tendency for quarterback run. If I'm in that situation, I am not allowing that. Make him make a throw. That was a huge hole.
Under center, 1 deep back, James Cook. 1st and goal from the 7. Receiver motion, near to far. Handoff to Cook off the left side. He beats the first man and the second. Drops the right shoulder. He's in. Right near the corner of the pylon. Touchdown, Buffalo. Mac Hollins again springs a man free, and the Bills take a 6-0 lead. 9:34 to go in the opening quarter.
Boy, that was way too easy, John. It looked to me like Hines Allen, the edge rusher, number 41, got caught inside. But there's no defense where you allow a running back to just run around the edge unencumbered. This isn't Pop Warner where you call sweep left or sweep right. He was able to get that edge very, very easily.
Tyler Bass point after out of the hold of Sam Martin. Snap from Reed Ferguson, and it's blocked. The Jaguars get a hand on it and fall down on it in the end zone. Collapsed down on the football after Josh Hines Allen was able to swat it near the line of scrimmage. And so with the blocked extra point, 9:34 to go in the 1st quarter, it is 6-0. Bills lead the Jaguars. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Hey, football fans, if you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right, you can earn real cash back with Upside today just for buying the gas you're already buying. Some users make up to $340. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app and use promo code TOUCHDOWN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Download the Upside app and use promo code TOUCHDOWN for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank.
Every fan is a free agent wish list their team could have signed. The problem? Your team didn't sign them. To find top-tier talent, it's essential to search in the right place. For your small business, LinkedIn is that place. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job but might be open to the perfect role. Don't lose out on your next big hire. Find them on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/recruitment. That's linkedin.com/recruitment. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back in Buffalo, we check the drive summary sponsored by PXG. Want longer, more accurate drives on the golf course? Get fitted for PXG's critically acclaimed and award-winning Black Ops driver. Learn more at PXG.com. Opening possession of the game, the Bills go 10 plays, 70 yards at 5 minutes, 26 seconds. The payoff, a 70-yard scamper outside left from running back James Cook for a TD. Josh Allen, 5 of 6 on the drive, 56 yards. By the way, while we were away, Jarian Jones went back to the locker room, and he seemed to be immobilizing independently his left arm. His wrist was tight, at times shaking slightly, and his arm stiff, that left arm, as he walked with escort of a trainer back to the locker room. So the Bills have the lead, but a rare extra point block by the probing hand of Josh Hines Allen, who was a star when these teams matched up in 2021. He had a sack, a pick, and a fumble recovery in that game. Had 8 tackles as a defensive lineman. Well, Tyler Bass to kick, left to right, teed up from the 35. Tumbling end over end. Jaguars from the lip of the end zone. A sprint out to the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20. Into a pile, left-hand stiff arm, and bouncing outside right to around the 27. And Devin Duvernay takes it there, and here comes the Jacksonville offense, as Dorian Williams had that special team stop.
just looking at the monitor here, John, and the replay of the touchdown, it was actually Devin Lloyd, not Joshua Hines-Allen, that had the edge on that touchdown run. He just got blocked by Deion Dawkins. It's almost like he didn't know he was supposed to get upfield.
The crowd as loud as it's been on the day. Lawrence out of the gun from his 27. Fires right flat to Etienne, who gets dropped fairly quickly. Immediately on the spot was Dorian Williams, who's filling in for Matt Milano. He's out until at least early December with a torn biceps. So able to get just a yard at the 28, second down at 9.
I would expect the Jaguars to do a lot of that in terms of getting the ball out of Lawrence's hands quickly. Try to get him in a rhythm with some early completions, and also try to protect this offensive line that has struggled.
Soft coverage, quick hitter into the right flat. As soon as it's caught, a yank down as Rasul Douglas collapses in on Brian Thomas Jr., knocks the ball free, incomplete.
Well, Brian Thomas Jr. has been probably the bright spot of the offense for the Jaguars. The rookie out of LSU first-round pick has been fantastic, but there it was a perfect throw from Lawrence, not able to catch it, puts him in obvious passing, third and long. Here comes the crowd, and here comes the pass rushers.
26% on third down, 28th in the league. Third down and 9. They've only gotten a skinny yard from their own 28. Out of the gun, single back right, trips left. Lawrence fades back, steps into a throw. He's hit, flag flies off the hands of a Bills DB, out of bounds far sideline. Cam Lewis, who was stepping up in the nickelback position with Taron Johnson out, got hands on it, and Greg Russo was giving the driving pressure and contact on Lawrence. Referee Sean Smith.
Holding. Offense number 74. That penalty's decline is over play. It's fourth down.
Ross, it's only one drive for each team, but it feels like an emotional avalanche and bigger than the 6-0 score.
Well, there was so much bad there, John, I really don't know where to start. It was only a 3-man rush by the Bills, and still Cam Robinson, the highly paid left tackle, gets beat clean. And Rousseau ended up hitting Trevor Lawrence in the leg, but that's because he was getting pulled down by Cam Robinson.
Logan Cook to punt. Snap from the Jaguars' 28. Brandon Codrington, return man at his own 21. Right foot of Cook kick is in the air, right to left. Good hang and distance. Codrington backing up, backpedal 13. Springs it up to the 15. Outside the numbers left 20, 25, makes a man miss 30. 32 and gets dropped by a couple of Jaguars. So a rather spirited return, a 59-yard punt, but a 19-yard run back. And a second possession for the host Bills. 8:37 to go, first quarter. Buffalo 6, Jacksonville nothing. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood 1.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
PXG's new Black Ops irons are absolute missile launchers, people. But that's not all. Packed with PXG technology like X-Core 2 polymer and an ultra-thin face, Black Ops also delivers exceptional forgiveness in a feel that's as soft as a baby bunny. And the best part? They're only $149.99 a stick. Buy a full set and the price is even better. Get to PXG.com now to book your Black Ops irons fitting at one of their 200 or more locations. PXG, you've never played like this before.
Stop overpaying for gas. Download the free Upside app and use promo code TOUCHDOWN, and you could earn cash back on the gas you buy. Yes, you could earn real cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. Download the Upside app now and use promo code TOUCHDOWN for a limited 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first tank. Second drive for the Bills, who lead 6-0 at home against Jacksonville. 8:37 to go, first quarter. The ball spotted at the 35. Allen works out of the gun. Cook was in the backfield, went out wide. Now motions into the backfield, sidecar right. Receiver motion, far side to near, and a hitter to that man. It's Curtis Samuel. Grab at the 32, up to the 35, to the 40. Gets driven out of bounds by a trio of Jaguars. About a half yard shy of the stick. Maybe put him at the 45. Ronald Darby, part of the trio. They're going to move the chains 10 yards.
John, NFL games are long, and it's early, and I know a lot can happen, but it feels like something positive needs to happen for the Jaguars soon. It just does not seem like they came out ready to play tonight. On either side of the ball, the Bills bring in their extra offensive lineman. In Anderson here, that's heavy tendency for run when Alec Anderson, the 6th offensive lineman, comes in.
Allen under center, Ray Davis the deep back. Play fake to Davis. Allen all day, loads up, fire far left, knocked away. Out of nowhere comes Andre Sisco, and he fires that left hand over the rear left shoulder of the Bills wideout and denies the catch right near the sticks.
Terrific play by Sisco, and exactly what they needed. 40 of the 45 snaps with the extra offensive lineman had been a run so far this year. So the Bills went away from tendency, trying to get a chunk play in the passing game. The Jags were ready for it, and Sisco made a terrific play.
Snap on the near right hash motion, Mac Hollins to the far left. Jags show man, 2nd and 10 Bills, leading 6-zip. Allen, 5-step drop, check down, goes over the middle. Grab made middle of the field by Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who gets popped by Ronald Darby as he makes the grab at the Jacksonville 48.5, gain of 6. Third down and call it 4.
You also don't see that very often, which is Valdez-Scantling on an underneath route. He has been almost exclusively their deep shot guy. When he's in the game, he's usually going long. So the Bills, on these first 2 plays of this series, breaking tendencies each time.
Third down at a little less than 4. Ball at the 48.5. Out of the gun. Slot left, single back left. Snap near right hash. Tight end motion, Dalton Kincaid. Low snap, deep drop by Allen. He lobs near right. One-on-one, caught in stride, Kincaid. Right behind him was Antonio Johnson, feathered home by Allen. And a big chunk play for a first down. They get 28 yards. All the way to the 20, the Bills are in the CDW red zone.
Well, Kincaid is one of the best route runners of any tight end in the NFL. Him matched up on safeties, especially safeties that aren't great in coverage like Johnson, is a huge mismatch. He is incredibly fluid. I mean, he used to be a wide receiver at San Diego as the Bills need to call a timeout.
Timeout. Buffalo.
Allen, 8 of 10, 101 yards. They're going to talk things over. 6:35 to go in the first quarter. It is a 6-0 Buffalo lead. Don't miss all the NFL action Thursday night on Amazon Prime Video when the Dallas Cowboys meet the New York Giants. Of course, you can also hear Thursday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on many of these same stations, on the NFL app or online at WestwoodOneSports.com. Ross, I know you were excited to see the press box 2 menus in advance of the game. Did it live up to the billing?
Really, really good. I had pretty much one of everything. John, I had the Turkey Club croissant. I had the ham and Swiss slider. I had more than one wing, though, I will admit.
Bills looking for a second score. They lead 6-zip. Cook motioned out left, now motions into the backfield. First down and 10 out of the Bills' call time out of the Jacksonville 20. Motion near the far side, Curtis Samuel takes a defender with him. Allen looking that side, checks down, throws over the middle, nearly picked off the hands of Oluwakin. He had an interception just off the near hash at around the 18, and he could not hold on. Hot potato dropped.
Well, credit to Ryan Nielsen, the Jags D coordinator, for bringing some heat. Devin Lloyd, the weak side linebacker, blitzed right up the middle. Josh Allen felt the heat, avoided Lloyd, but then as he was trying to get rid of it, he threw it right to Oluwakin. We talked about keys to the game, which was the Jags pressuring Allen to try to get a turnover. That's one they almost had.
Showing blitz near side. Quick hitter goes far left side. Caught by Shakir. Makes the first man miss. Gets a block as he hops out of bounds at the 15. Gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Bills keep finding a way to get into these third mediums. And the reason why that's important is it opens up a lot more plays than 3rd and long, right? 3rd and medium, you can still run some shallow crosses. You can run some bubble screens and feel good about your chance to get 5 yards or close to it. You're not doing that on 3rd and 7 or more.
3rd and 5 at the 15. Tight end left, slot right. Single back left, snap far left hash. 3-step drop. Allen pumps. He whizzes the ball out to the far left. Caught near the sticks. As contact comes from Tarek Brown, he gets 5. It's Ty Johnson who had subbed in at running back. And it looks like the spot should be good for a first. They're going to have him short.
They're going to run a quick quarterback sneak here. You'll see the Bills hurry up to the line. Here comes the sneak. The Jags know it's coming.
Allen takes the snap and he plows over left guard, and now he's got it to the 9-yard line. So first down and goal, 9 yards out.
I love teams that run a hurry-up sneak like that because you don't really give the defense time to get set, to gear up, to load up. You know, you kind of know what's coming, but everything's happening so fast that you barely even have a chance to really get any traction. Bills incredibly successful with their quarterback sneaks, even though they don't do the full tush push.
First down and goal from the 9. Samuel drags a receiver motion far to near. Handoff Cook probing up the gut. Carries a Jaguar an extra yard. Pummels a path to the 6.5-yard line. Gain of about 2.5. Josh Hines-Allen finally dragged him down.
Kind of feels like even the Jags holding them to a field goal here would be a huge win for Jacksonville at this point. They are very much on the ropes. And I said it before, I'll say it again. Josh Allen is a touchdown machine. Anytime they get down near the goal line, you have to be alert for his legs. It's such a big factor.
He works under center, deep back in Cook. Most men tight, 2 wide near right. Steps back, looking to throw. Steps up from the 15. Pumps, breaks to the 10. Flag is out. Pumps, throws end zone. Disrupted, nearly intercepted again by Oluwakin. And a second flag is out. There was an initial flag as he was rolling to his right, and a second flag just fluttered where that contact came, rear third of the end zone. Now the officials are huddled up. It looks like there's actually 3 different flags here, Ross. There's one at the 15. There's one just off the Essen Bills and one corner end zone.
There's fouls by each team on the play. Holding. Defense number 25. Holding. Offense number 79. Those fouls offset. Replay, second down.
Ronald Darby of the Jaguars. Spencer Brown, right tackle of the Bills.
Always feels to me like that's a win for the offense because the Spencer Brown hold was early in the play before Josh Allen rolled out, right? So if you saw that and you're the Jags, obviously it's hard to do, but then you don't want to commit another penalty there. They could have pushed the Bills back 10 yards.
Shotgun near right hash. Sidecar left to Samuel. The receiver gets it in his belly, loses his footing, and that leaves him prone. He gets swallowed up by a couple of Jags, and he loses a yard to the 7. Jeremiah Ledbetter part of the stick. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Monday Night Football.
Forward Progress is now available as a podcast only on the SiriusXM app, free for most subscribers. Download it today and tap podcasts to see the best collection of podcasts in one place.
3:43 clock rolls first quarter. 6-0 Bills, 3rd and goal at the 6.5. Wide receiver motion, Shakir right to left. Allen out of the gun near right hash. 7-step drop. Looking. Pocket starts to erode. Rolling to his right. He fires rear corner. Caught. Touchdown! He was able to stay alive long enough. And Dalton Kincaid brings in his first touchdown grab of the year. A 6-yard score. 12-0 Buffalo. 3:25 to go in the opening quarter.
Too much time. Give a lot of credit to Josh Allen for buying that time. But you think about some of the guys the Jaguars have on their defensive line. Former number 1 overall pick Trayvon Walker, Joshua Hines-Allen. They have got to get more pressure on Josh Allen than that. There's no way their defensive backs can cover that long.
Tyler Bass for the point after his first of the game was blocked. Clean snap and spot, right-footed kick. A line drive is on the way, and good. Your score, 3:25 to go in the first quarter. It's the Bills 13, the Jaguars nothing. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Doors take us to summers away or winter adventures and afternoon getaways. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a comprehensive plan to help you reach your wealth's full potential. Because doors were meant to be opened. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimum supply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
There's no better place to watch live TV this fall than Hulu Plus Live TV. You get your favorite sports like football, local channels, shows, and so much more. Plus, get Hulu's entire streaming library with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus included in your plan. No long-term contracts or hidden fees. Don't wait. Start your 3-day free trial of Hulu Plus Live TV today. Live TV plan required. Access content from each service separately. Offer valid for new and eligible returning subscribers only if available. Terms and restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/score. $45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes CDT.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date with a COVID shot this season?
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at VaxAssist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Try Barbasol 1919 Classic Shaving Cream. This modern-day non-aerosol formula features enhanced ingredients, an exceptional glide, and crisp fragrance for a shave experience like no other. Learn more at Barbasol.com.
Barbasol. We check the drive summary, sponsored by Gorilla Glue. Incredibly strong glues, tapes, sealants, and fillers. Gorilla Glue for the toughest jobs on planet Earth. 11 plays, 65 yards for the Bills, consumed 5 minutes and 12 seconds, extended the lead to 13-0. A 6-yard pass from Josh Allen to Dalton Kincaid. Allen 6 of 8, that drive 60 yards. Ross, the Bills, 21 plays for $140. They've held the ball for nearly 11 minutes, and there's 3:25 to go in the first quarter.
This is about as lopsided as you'll see a quarter be in NFL football, and I'm stunned. I mean, the Jaguars, this is Monday Night Football. They're 0-2. They have to win this game, and they're like lifeless.
Deep kick delivered by Bass. 2/3 deep end zone, a bent knee for Devin Duvernay, and a touchback. Election day is coming up. We all need to be ready to show up big for our country. Make sure you know your state's voter registration deadline and requirements. For more resources and information, visit NFL.com/votes. Just 1 yard for the Jacksonville offense on that first possession, as Trevor Lawrence never had any true sense of rhythm or time. He begins this drive at his own 30-yard line. Bills lead 13-0. Travis Etienne Jr. is the deep back, having a strong start to his personal year. They go into an eye. Handoff to Etienne, goes right into the teeth of the Bills' defense, and under the plume of thick smoke, he gets a yard plus. Gets quelled by several Bills. It'll be second down and a long 8.
You don't see this very often, John, but the smoke is coming down to the field. It's like so humid that after they had the touchdown and fired off the fireworks, the smoke is now coming down, hovering over the players. This is wild.
It's almost a fog bowl field.
I was just going to say, I watched this game. Randall Cunningham.
Reverse lake effect. Second down and call it 9 from the 31. Tight coverage outside right. Lawrence fades back. He fires to the far right. It's caught at the 35. Brought in by Christian Kirk. A wraparound punch try by Cam Lewis doesn't knock it free. He secures the ball and gains 6.
The Jaguars have some weapons. I mean, even without Evan Ingram, they've got receivers like Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, and of course Brian Thomas, the rookie. They desperately need a first down here to at least let their defense rest a little bit.
3rd down and 3. Jaguars right to left from their own 37. Dearness Johnson is in as the tailback. Sidecar right. Trevor Lawrence out of the gun. He fades back. He looks. He steps up. He tucks and sprints up the left hash. Gets pounded down shy at the 39.5. He is short by about a half yard. Balin Spector drilled the QB. It's 4th down and half a yard.
They have to go. They have to go, and they're going to go. Doug Peterson really started the whole aggressive 4th down movement with the 2017 Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Back then it was considered a novelty and people were surprised. Now it's pretty much what everybody in the league does.
They're 0 for 1 on 4th down this year. Lawrence under center, presumably a keeper near left hash. He changes things up. Calls for a receiver motion tighter to the line. He's going to hand off to Etienne, and he drives forward and gets the push. Just behind center, pummels to the 41, a bulldoze effort into the clutches of Ed Oliver. They get the 1st down to their own 41-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief from the Jaguars sideline, right? Can you imagine if they had gotten stuffed there and hadn't gotten the 1st down? Now they can at least probably take this series to the quarter, let their defense rest a little bit, and maybe find a way to get into a rhythm here.
Lawrence under center. Jacksonville at its own 41. Bills lead 13-0, 46 seconds and counting. Soft secondary coverage. Play fake goes to Bigsby. Lawrence steps up. He flings it outside right. It's knocked away. Looking for Brian Thomas Jr., but swooping in from underneath was Christian Benford and got extended fingertips on the destined football. Incomplete.
I feel like Benford is underrated. You know, the former 6th-round pick out of Villanova, that is just awesome coverage against Thomas. Although, you know what, that still went off Thomas's hands. I mean, Benford was right there, but it went right off Brian Thomas's hands. He needs to make that play for his quarterback.
2nd down and 10. Jags at their own 41. Bills lead 13-0. Shotgun snap. Handoff Bigsby off the left side. Gets low and drives. He grinds to the 48-yard line. He's able to pick up 7. Stopped there by Dorian Williams. 3rd down and 3, 26 seconds.
That had to look familiar to a lot of Bills fans because they pulled the center, Mitch Morse, who spent a lot of time playing center for Buffalo and pulling one of the most athletic centers in the NFL. The Jags don't have to snap it here at the end of the quarter, but a lot of times teams will at least try to get a free 5 yards with a hard count here.
Pistol depth for Lawrence. Motions tight end Brenton Strange to the near left. Now motion of a wideout, 6 on the play clock. And they'll let the time expire on the quarter. We are through the first quarter of play. Your score, the Buffalo Bills 13, the Jacksonville Jaguars 0. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Never miss a snap from your favorite school on SiriusXM.
Breaks the tackle, down the sideline he goes.
The top games across the country are delivered right to you no matter where you are.
Wide open at 25, 15, 10.
From now until Championship Monday, go to SiriusXM.com/college football schedule to find out where to hear your school.
On 4th and 1, that's 53 more.
In your car or streaming on the SiriusXM app.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM.
Let's go, man!
We're back on the track Sunday,
2 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Hollywood Casino 400 from Kansas Speedway.
Packer fly, baby. Yeah!
On SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90, in the car, and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Yeah!
Get closer to everything that moves you, wherever you are, with the SiriusXM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yes!
To truly go inside the game of pro football, you need to see things from the player's perspective.
Let's go.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, catch the Player's Point.
Let's go. Let's bring the energy.
Join NFL tight end Colin Thompson and Miami Dolphins fullback Alec Ingold as they break down the biggest stories in the NFL.
It's an encouraging way to look at football.
The Player's Point. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio, Channel 88 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Feel the thrill of the Premier League on SiriusXM FC.
Arsenal running riot. A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Hear every pulse-pounding moment.
Haaland scores the hat-trick. Brilliant left foot strike by Salah. What a goal by Marcus Rashford.
from the world's most exciting league.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur.
Manchester United turn it around! All on your radio home for that beautiful game.
If you like soccer, you are in the right place.
The Premier League lives on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
John Sadak and Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Buffalo. Huddle up with Grainger to get more done. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by one of over 250 branch locations. Start of the second quarter, Bills 13, Jaguars nothing. 3rd down and 3 for Jacksonville from its own 48. The Jags to this point are 0 for 2 on 3rd down. Trevor Lawrence is a slight 2 of 5 for 7 yards. The crowd has been spirited. The ball has been owned by the Bills most of the game. Travis Etienne Jr., the deep back. Receiver motion far to near side, Christian Kirk. Snap on the far left hash. Right foot stopped by the tall Lawrence, who takes a chest-high snap and drops back. He floats it to the near right. It's caught by Brian Thomas Jr., spins off initial contact, runs out of a second hitter. A third finally drops him at the 41 of Bills territory. Bell Inspector after he picks up 11 weaving yards.
And it started with terrific coverage right there, or terrific protection, I should say, from the Jags offensive line. Then what happened was they were playing zone coverage to that side, and Christian Benford got a lot of depth. And the flat defender, Cam Lewis, never got out there. Thomas was wide open. Nice play for the Jags.
Lawrence under center at the Buffalo 41. Handoff to Etienne off the left side. And there is not a whole lot there. A couple of yards. Able to burn a path to the 38.5. Dorian Williams stumbles him there. A reminder, you can watch NFL Network and Westwood One announcers Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner each and every Sunday on NFL Game Day morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network. There hasn't been much in the way of rhythm, Ross, for this Jacksonville offense. The closest facsimile, at least, has come here. It's the 9th play of the drive. Lawrence under center. Josiah DeGuara comes up to a wing right. Receiver motion, far to near. Play fake, Lawrence floats it near right. Shoulder comes as the ball caught by Brian Thomas Jr. He gets popped by Christian Benford after he earned 6. He'll be short by 2 at the 32.
I want to make a point about Benford. He was taken in the same draft as Kaiir Elam, a first-round pick out of Florida. And Elam's become just kind of a special teamer, but they made up for it with Benford, who I think is one of the better young corners in the NFL.
3rd down and 2, ball at the 32.5, empty. Lawrence out of the gun. 5 wide, 3 far left, 2 near right. Snap near right hash. He takes the snap, he drops back, pocket collapsing, he throws near right. It's caught tight to the sideline. That's good for a first down. Brought in by Christian Kirk as he tippy-toed on the sideline wide. He earns a path for 8 yards to the 23-plus yard line.
I'm not sure what happened there because Gabe Davis and Christian Kirk were right next to each other. There's no route. I mean, Christian Kirk, it almost looked like he was the defensive back cutting in front of Gabe Davis for the interception. I don't know if I've ever seen 2 NFL receivers that close to each other on a route like that, but it worked.
Tight end right, running back right, trips far left, 1st and 10 from the 24. Lawrence hands it off, Tank Bigsby to the near right, multiple flags flutter. He gets yanked on the ankles by Dorian Williams and dragged down at the 19, gain of 5, but Laundry came early. Sean Smith, referee.
Offside. Defense number 92. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
The 11th year pro, Daquan Jones. The Jaguars are in the CDW red zone.
Well, this is an impressive answer for them right now, but the way things are looking on the other side of the ball, a field goal is not going to cut it. Already down 13-0. I mean, any points is a positive. Running back is very, very deep. A lot of times that's a tendency for a run.
First down and 5 at the 19. 13-0 Bills. 12 minutes counting second quarter. Under center Lawrence. Handoff goes to Bigsby. Purposeful pause. Burst through. Second effort. Flag down. He's got the first, but will it come back? And it looks like there was movement up front. He got to the 13. That was a first gain of 6.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 74 was the end man on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. We played first down.
Boy, that is a bad penalty. It's not on Cam Robinson. He didn't do anything wrong. It means that the Jaguars did not have an eligible receiver on the line to the left, which is required. And that was a great run for them on 1st and 5, and now they go backwards instead.
1st and 10 at the 24. From under center, play fake. Lawrence, defender coming right at him. He's forced to throw. It's caught right near the line of scrimmage by Luke Farrell. Christian Benford got hands in there trying to whack the ball free. He could not. It's a gain of 2 to the 22, 2nd down and 8.
Bills weren't really fooled by the bootleg there from the Jags. In fact, as soon as Trevor Lawrence whipped his head around, A.J. Epinesa was right in his face. Lawrence really did well just to get rid of the ball and get something on that play.
Out of the gun, far left hash. Single back left. Trips near right. 2nd down, 8 from the 22. Lawrence takes the snap. He fades back, pats the ball, lob left, one-on-one, streaking into the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Brian Thomas Jr., but great defense by Dorian Williams. And Thomas, you've touched on it, Ross, is the favorite target by a lot. He entered this game with 141 yards receiving. The rest of the receiving corps combined, less yards, 137.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened there because that's the matchup they wanted. Getting one of their skill guys matched on Dorian Williams, but it looked like he never looked up to the ball because he didn't want to make an effort for it.
3rd and 8. 13-0 Buffalo. Jags driving at the Buffalo 22. They're 2 of 4 on 3rd down, converting the last 2. Dearness Johnson is in as the deep back. Lawrence left hash takes the snap. 3-step drop. Lob left. They replay it. Going up and incomplete out of bounds. Gabe Davis. He had to come back against his left to the sideline. Rasul Douglas was in coverage, and he couldn't make the clean catch inbounds. So 4th down, and Cam Little is on for a field goal try.
Man-to-man coverage. Gabe Davis caught it, but didn't even get close to getting a foot down, let alone both. Lawrence came with the back shoulder throw. He needs to throw that earlier and not quite as wide.
41-yard try from the far left hash, left to right from rookie Cam Little to get Jacksonville on the board. Snap spot, right-footed kick is in the air, plenty of leg, and it's good. A reminder that for every field goal made tonight and throughout the remainder of the season, Barbasol will make a donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. Field goal is points on the boards for the visiting Jags. It's Buffalo 13, Jacksonville 3. 10:39 to go in the 2nd quarter. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
1 in 4 Americans today are living with a disability. I'm one of them. I care deeply about creating a world we can all fully participate in, free from stigma, misperceptions, and barriers. And we've got a trusted ally on our side, an organization we can rely on, Easter Seals. Rooted in communities nationwide, Easter Seals helps empower millions of people, regardless of age or disability, through its life-changing services and powerful advocacy. Today and every day, Easter Seals is leading the way to full equity, inclusion, and access to healthcare, employment, and education for people with disabilities, families, and communities. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Learn more and get involved at EasterSeals.com.
My name is Latoya Adams. I served in the Army, being with Paralyzed Veterans of America. They have showed me so much is possible.
I'm Sean Castle, served in the United States Army. I went from laying in a hospital bed dying to being a professional wheelchair basketball player. And it started with that one moment where there's life. I am unstoppable because Paralyzed Veterans of America is by my side.
We are unstoppable.
Learn more at pva.org.
At Movember, we're best known for the mustache. Well, here's the thing. Men's health deserves support year-round, which is why we're more than a month, more than mustaches. All year round, we're doing more. We're delivering more research, more treatments, doing more to help men live happier, healthier, longer lives. But we need your support, because the more we can do, the more fathers, brothers, partners, sons we can protect. Movember, more than a month. Learn more at Movember.com.
Furnished by Movember.
Back in Buffalo, John Sadak, Ross Tucker, our Westwood 1 crew, 13-3. Bills lead the Jags, 10:39 to go second quarter. Log on to WestwoodOneSports.com every weekday during the NFL season. A brand new episode of the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. Listen at your convenience, WestwoodOneSports.com/Ross Tucker. I know that guy. The kick, Bills try to return it from the lip of the end zone. Ty Johnson, 10, 15, 20, 25. Shows some shake at the 30. And connected there by a Jaguar. It's knocked down at around the 32. Washington, Cincinnati, also available here on many of these Westwood One stations, streaming on WestwoodOneSports.com, the NFL app, and via Alexa. Just say Open Westwood One Sports, Commanders and Bengals with Kurt Warner and Kevin Harlan.
Power Rankings Tuesday tomorrow, by the way, John, on the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. It's not about wins and losses or division standings. It's where you end up in my power rankings at the end of the week. That's what these teams are really playing for.
That's what I heard in the field before the game. Play fake Allen rolling to his right. He fires to his tight end, Dawson Knox, who is with Andre Sisco, finally able to knock him down at the 39, pick up 7. It'll be second down and 3. Bills on the drive up 10.
Kind of feels like Joe Brady, the Bills' offensive coordinator right now, is one step ahead of Ryan Nielsen, the Jags' D coordinator. Sometimes you just get that sense in the game where he has such a great feel for what they're doing. Again, they have the extra offensive linemen here. So this is essentially 13 personnel, basically 3 tight ends. Again, heavy run out of this, but maybe it's play action again.
Play clock at 5, handoff to Cook, and he goes up the gut. Gets a yard shy of the first down. Jeremiah Ledbetter at 299 pounds stands him up and denies forward progress. It'll be third down and 1 at the 41.
So I think sometimes, John, people think that you just bring out an extra lineman and more tight ends just to get bigger bodies out there. What you're really doing is you're creating extra gaps, right? You're creating a D gap, an E gap. And so the guys that have to fit those gaps, they're just not used to doing it. You're putting defenders in uncomfortable, unusual positions.
Allen under center, third and less than 1. Play fake. Now he flips it out to Cook in stride. He's got the first 45, nearly to midfield, wrestled down at the 49-yard line. A gain of 8 for a first. Yasir Abdullah with the stick there. And Ross, to your point, what Jacksonville has not been able to do, it's been that case on the year. Their quarterback pressure rate is less than 26%. That's 4th lowest in the NFL.
And it just feels like Joe Brady, the Bills' offensive coordinator, it almost feels like he's toying with the Jaguars right now. Anything he wants to get to, it feels like he can get to it. Some of these boots and play-action passes are wide open.
Ball spotted at the 48, first and 10. Allen from under center. Play fake to Cook. Is all day in the pocket. He flips it out to Cook at midfield. Plenty of space, 45-40. And he drags a couple of Jaguars with him to the 35, making the 34. Materick Brown was latched onto him. They get 17 yards on a quick little look to James Cook.
So this is scary easy right now for the Bills. And what's interesting is looking at the Jags defense right now, they have almost all second-string guys in. I mean, I'm looking at their linebackers right now, and it's guys like Chad Muma, it's Yasir Abdullah. I'm not seeing Foye Oluokun or Devin Lloyd out there.
First down and 10 at the 34. Handoff goes to Ray Davis, who falls down and then gets popped. He's going to lose a yard plus. And it'll be second down and maybe a dozen. 7:41 clock rolls. Bills lead the Jaguars 13-3 here in Buffalo.
So I'm wondering whether this is like a predetermined rotation because they've already played a lot of snaps, or if maybe the starters have been benched at the linebacker level. But you're talking about 2 of their better defensive players in Devin Lloyd and Foye Oluokun just standing on the sideline watching right now.
Could be punitive. Allen out of the gun, 2nd and 11. Big blitz is on. They pick it up. He fires one-on-one deep right, and it's short and incomplete. Looking for Mac Hollins, but there was tight coverage there from Jacksonville. 3rd down and 11.
So golden opportunity now for the Jaguars to get off the field, and they're going to bring in Lloyd and Aluaka now for an obvious passing down because those guys are better in coverage. What should be noted now is this is probably 4-down territory. The Bills kicker, Tyler Bass, has struggled. I don't know that they would try a 53-yard field goal with him.
This is already the 27th play for the Buffalo offense, up 10 points. Ty Johnson, the running back, is way out wide left. Snap near left hash. Blitz is on again. Allen steps up and he finds a hole. A gash to the 30. Slides down and around the 25. And it looks like he's got the first. He sprints to the 24 and gains 11 on 3rd and 11. Oluwakin with the contact to finally tame him, but he seemed to see that giant hole right in the heart of the defense.
And you know, that was not a quarterback draw. He just saw that. I'm watching the linemen block on the monitor. The linemen were blocking for a pass. But Josh Allen's running instincts are just that good.
Extra offensive lineman once more, and Alec Anderson. Play fake from under center. Allen all day in the pocket. Lob, open target. Fire, touchdown! Keon Coleman tight to the right sideline. 24 yards. 6:19 to go in the second quarter. It's Buffalo 19, Jacksonville 3. Ross, it almost feels easy.
This is about as easy as it ever gets in the NFL. And I'm just looking at the body language of the Jags defenders, even the offensive players on the sideline. It's bad. I mean, they are beyond dejected right now, and it's kind of hard to blame them.
Tyler Bass for the point after. Snap, spot, right-footed kick is in the air. It's good. There is an energy here at Highmark Stadium. 6:19 to go in the second quarter. And Buffalo bruising Jacksonville 20-3. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood 1.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry,
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Something amazing is happening in meteorology. Climate researchers are weathering a data storm. That's because CDW transformed their devices and infrastructure to pre-configured Lenovo ThinkPads and powerful edge-to-cloud solutions, delivering faster insights to run more accurate forecast models. So it's almost like they're controlling the weather themselves. Lenovo and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Lenovo Client.
Update on what's going on between the Bengals and the Commanders. The Bengals are up 7-0 as Joe Burrow found a wide-open Jamar Chase for a 41-yard touchdown on the opening drive of the game. The Commanders have the ball right now and are on the plus side of the field trying to tie it or at least get on the board. The Commanders and Bengals can be heard on our website, westwood1sports.com, or via the NFL app. Now let's go back to the Josh Allen Palooza with John and Ross. Gents?
Thank you, Rich, and I think that is spot on. It's so good to hear your voice. Bills just added on. It's 20-3 Buffalo. An 8-play, 68-yard drive. Took up 4 minutes, 20 seconds. The payoff, a 24-yard touchdown grab. Allen to Keon Coleman. Allen 4 of 5 on that drive, 56 yards. Ross, it's a demolition in pretty much every category. Most lopsided, that score.
I mean, the Bills have not even gotten close to not scoring yet. I guess the 3rd and 11, the Jags almost had a chance. They cannot get off the field on third downs.
Booming kick by Tyler Bassett. Deep touchback taken by Devin Duvernay. A reminder, stay with us for the Monday Night Football halftime report on Westwood One, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. The velvety sounds of Richison will be back. He'll catch up with Giants legend Phil Simms. Check in on the Washington-Cincinnati game. Tired of paying for cable TV? Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV today. Watch over 95 live channels. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com. It'll be cool to hear Phil Simms on Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. ETN the deep back. Jags start at their own 30. Down 20-3. Lawrence fires near right, caught outside the numbers by his tight end Brenton Strange, impacted immediately by Dorian Williams at the 36, gain of 6. 2nd and 4, 6:08 clock rolls, second quarter.
So the good news for the Jags, and there's not much of it, is that there's a lot of time left. It feels like Trevor Lawrence has settled in a little bit here, and maybe more importantly, the offensive line has settled down. They're still giving him time, even though this Bills defensive front is just teeing off.
Lawrence from under center. Hand off to ETN, who tries to burst off the left side, but it yields little. He gets to the 38, only a couple of yards. Greg Rousseau wallops him there. So touchdowns on the first 3 possessions for the Bills, Ross. Only the second time that's happened in a decade.
Wow. Yeah, you don't see that very often in the NFL, and it's just wild to think that the big story in the offseason was them trading Stephon Diggs. They got over 30 points in the first 2 games. At this point, it'd be a huge upset. They don't go over 30 tonight.
3rd down and a yard and a half from the 38.5. Out of the gun, single back right. Lawrence fades back. Pressure comes on all sides. He's flushed. He's racing to his far left. Defenders in hot pursuit. He gashes to the sideline, and he gets driven hard. Popped out of bounds. Let's see where they mark him. It looks like at the 39 by the combination of Rousseau and Williams. That's no gain. That's 4th and 1.
Trevor Lawrence is motioning to Doug Peterson, we should go for it. And you know what? He's probably right. I mean, they can't stop the Bills at all. They're going to have to try to keep this game somewhat close in a shootout at this point. But this is very, very risky by Doug Peterson. If the Jags don't get this, I'm not going to say the game's over, but it's going to be very close to it.
Officially, there was a pass before he went out of bounds, incomplete. So the spot remains the same. 38.5, 4th down, a yard and a half. Men moving all over, trying to get lined up cleanly. Play clock whittled down to 9. The run on the keep by Lawrence. He's got it to the 40.5. They're able to get just enough push after chaos right before the snap. They convert on 4th down.
That was a long quarterback sneak. I mean, they had a yard and a half to go on that. But the Bills weren't expecting it. Really well blocked by the Jags up front, but when the defense is geared up for a different run and you come with a sneak, the Jags just proved you can get almost 2 full yards.
Lawrence under center. Brandon Sheriff led the drive on that last run. From the 41. Play fake. Stepping up. Fire. Intercepted at the 40 to the 45. It's DeMar Hamlin. Outside right to the 45, gets a block at the 42, and gets wrestled down at the Jacksonville 41. A terrible overthrow of Brian Thomas Jr. and an easy pick for DeMar Hamlin with prime field position for the Bills. They pose for a team picture in the corner of the end zone. Ross, it's hard to have a dagger with 4:13 to go in the second quarter. That feels like one.
He was wide open, and Trevor Lawrence just airmailed it. It's an unacceptable interception by the Jaguars quarterback.
4:13 to go until halftime. Buffalo 20, Jacksonville 3. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
When scouts analyze potential draft picks, they aren't just looking at tape. They need a deep understanding of the person off the field. The same is true with hiring for your small business. When you post a job on LinkedIn, the world's largest professional network, you get more than just a resume. LinkedIn gives you a real-time view into a candidate's skills and experiences. Let LinkedIn's deep candidate insights help you find your next hire today. To post your job for free, go to linkedin.com/recruitment. That's linkedin.com/recruitment. Terms and conditions apply.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date with a COVID shot this season?
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at VaxAssist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Stop overpaying for gas. Download the free Upside app and use promo code TOUCHDOWN. You could earn cash back on the gas you buy. Yes, you could earn real cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. Download the Upside app now. Use the promo code TOUCHDOWN for a limited 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first tank. Huge pick by DeMar Hamlin on a terrible throw by Trevor Lawrence. He brought it back 19 yards to the Jacksonville 41. Bills begin to drive up 20-3, 4:13 before halftime. At the Jacksonville 41, far hash. Handoff goes to Cook, who pauses, bursts, carries a Jaguar and a second, all the way to the 37. On his back was Antonio Johnson and Trayvon Walker. So they're able to get 4, second down and 6. Trevor Lawrence, Ross, is now 7 of 14, 40 yards and interception. His quarterback rating is 26.5. Total yardage, Bills 213, Jaguars 59.
And I was okay with almost everything until that throw right there. I mean, that is as bad as you'll see at this level. There was nobody within 10 yards of Brian Thomas, and Lawrence just totally missed it.
Quick hitter near left flat, make a man miss 35. Khalil Shakir trying to bounce it back out, has the first to the 30, gets to the 28, able to pick up 9 yards. And Josh Allen, as soon as he had the ball, it looked like a hot potato game as he fired it to Shakir.
He didn't even get his hands on the laces. He just got rid of it as soon as he could, and now Oluokun is down for the Jags.
He is on a bent right knee. Remember, they're down Darnell Savage with a quadricep. They lost Jarian Jones officially with a shoulder earlier in the game, questionable to return. And you noticed how deep they've gone at the linebacking core, seemingly to the second wave for long stretches. And he seems to be trying to stretch that right leg. He's now onto his backside, surrounded by athletic trainers. There's a break in the action. The score, Buffalo 20, Jacksonville 3, 3:15 second quarter. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Doors take us to summers away, or winter adventures, and afternoon getaways. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a comprehensive plan to help you reach your wealth's full potential. Because doors were meant to be opened. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimum supply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors, Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive. Of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date with a COVID shot this season?
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at VaxAssist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Later on, we'll select the defender of the game, sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union. Proudly serving the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Foye Oluwakin limped off noticeably, Jacksonville's leading tackler and tackle for loss man on the young season entering today. He put little weight on his right foot. Bills have first down and 10 at the Jacksonville 28. Shotgun, single back right. Two wide to the far right, including Curtis Samuel, who motions to the near left. Now loops in the backfield, gets fed on a fake end around, throw near left to a wide open target off the hands of an off-balance James Cook. He was losing his footing as the ball went off of his red-gloved hands, and he had a touchdown that he clean dropped.
Absolutely perfect play call by Joe Brady. James Cook had Devin Lloyd beat by 3 steps. Josh Allen put it right on his hands, and Cook could not corral it. That should have been yet another touchdown for the Bills. Wow.
That was a raw drop. Second down and 10 at the 28. Shotgun, single back right. Allen near left hash, only one high safety, very deep. Tight end motion left to right. Allen low snap, look left, check down right. Flick into the flat, he finds Ray Davis. One block helps him loop out right to around the 28, to right around the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard. Contact there from Chad Muma. So it'll be third down to call it 9 at the 27.
So the Bills are really in no hurry, right? They're trying to score here one way or the other. But in the process, they really want to try to take as much time off the clock as they can to not allow the Jags to have a whole lot of opportunity after this series. But they got to get a first down here.
Jags have 3 timeouts. Bills have 2. 18 seconds until the morning. Receiver motion, Coleman, who's got a touchdown grab left to right. Allen right hash out of the gun. Blitz is on from the Jaguars. Allen can feel it. He looks over the middle. Crossing look catch by Shakir. Loses his defender. 15, 10, 5. Bursts into the end zone with Horn for a touchdown. Oh, cracking contact as he breaks the plane. It's 4 possessions and 4 touchdowns for the Bills offense. 2:04 until the break. It is a pummeling 26-3.
This is about as easy as you'll ever see offensive football in the NFL. Shakir against man-to-man coverage. Very open again, able to break 1 tackle for an easy touchdown, and this is ugly for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Point after from Bass, high snap, clean spot, right-footed kick is good. 2:04 to go until halftime, 27-3, and that doesn't do it justice. Buffalo destroying Jacksonville. There's a break in the action. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmitt Smith on behalf of The Pen, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable. And one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards, Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
27-3 Buffalo throttling Jacksonville. 2:04 to go in this first half. 5 plays, 41 yards, the last Bill possession. 2 minutes, 9 seconds, set up by a DeMar Hamlin pick on a terrible toss by Trevor Lawrence. The payoff, a 27-yard crossing look touchdown by Khalil Shakir. Well, Josh Allen over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns already. Bass the kickoff, no shot. Had a return for Devin Duvernay. It goes deep beyond the end zone. White for a touchback, and now Jacksonville just limping its offense back onto the field, Ross, seeking any kind of momentum. This is as tilted as a game gets.
So this is the NFL, right? I mean, you just don't see blowouts like this very often. You certainly don't see a team score touchdowns on their first 4 drives. The other team only has a field goal. And listen, we're not done yet. The Bills still have a couple timeouts. There's the 2-minute warning. I don't think Sean McDermott's going to take his foot off the gas if they can get another stop here.
Jaguars from their 30. Lawrence, 3-step drop. Throws a little tall, and that leaves his target prone. Catch made by Parker Washington at the 35, but that left him vulnerable to Cam Lewis, and he only gets 5 yards. And with that, we have reached the 2-minute warning. Your score, Buffalo 27, Jacksonville 3, 1:58 to go until halftime. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
24 monthly bill credits eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Every weekend on Westwood One's NFL Preview, Scott Graham and Ross Tucker break down all the matchups. If you missed the show live, you can listen on demand, WestwoodOneSports.com. This matchup here at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, New York, 27-3. Bills smashing the Jaguars. Jacksonville on the drive from its own 36, 2nd and 4, 1:58 until halftime. 3 timeouts, Jacksonville, 2 for Buffalo. Lawrence out of the gun, far left hash. Jags in the white tops, black pants, helmets, white socks nearly to the knee. Bills in the royal blue tops and socks, white helmet, white pants, lettering and numerals. Lawrence fire over the middle, crossing look to Thomas. Slips out of a first would-be hitter, but the second spills him. It's Bailey Spector after he picks up 5 to the 41. That is good for a first down. They're on the move.
Jaguars don't have to be in a super hurry either, having all 3 timeouts.
Lawrence out of the gun. Steps up. Looks over the middle to his back, and a bad throw that's off target. Balin Spector was right there in the neighborhood. An adjustment off the extended right hand of Travis Etienne Jr. incomplete.
So interesting, John, just watching Trevor Lawrence out there. You know, he was the #1 ranked high school quarterback in the country for multiple years, won a national championship as a true freshman, was the #1 overall pick, and because of all those things, I think the expectations were so high. I mean, I think the reality is he's not that guy. He's not one of the 10 best quarterbacks in the National Football League.
61 turnovers since he entered the league in 21. And a throw to the left flat is clean dropped. He heard footsteps as he looked for his tight end of the left flat, Brenton Strange. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Down 27-3.
It's like it's contagious. Sometimes, this is when people say there's no such thing as momentum. Sometimes it's unbelievable how good things just keep happening, or conversely, how bad things just keep happening. 108 drops since the start of 2021 for the Jags, by far the most in the NFL.
Receiver motion, Christian Kirk. Etienne sidecar right. Blitz comes from the Bills, looping outside. Lawrence steps up, and he gets wrapped up, and he gets swung down, sacked back at the 32. A loss of 9. Jamarcus Ingram gave the loop around, reaching pressure. It is an avalanche of awful for this Jaguar team, and Buffalo is riding a tsunami of awesome.
Sean McDermott called timeout right away, which is the right decision. Cam Lewis came scot-free off the right side. Lawrence actually avoided him and then ran into Ingram. It's a double corner fire from each side. Lawrence has to know that's coming and throw the ball to somebody. There's no blocking scheme where you're dropping both corners. You got to throw the ball to your hot route.
So Logan Cook to punt. Left to right. Brandon Codrington, the rookie, inside of his own 20, right hash to return. 27-3 Buffalo. Bills about to get the ball with one timeout. 1:25 to go, second quarter. Tall snap. Right-footed kick is in the air. It wobbles down the near left side. Plummets at the 23. Picked up on a skip at the 20. To the 25, the 30. To the 35, and contact from behind. Takes out the returning Codrington, but strong field position for the Bills. Ventrell Miller was in there on the special team stop. 1:12 here, Ross. One timeout, 27-3, and the Bills take over.
And it's every phase, John. I mean, that's even the second nice punt return that the Bills have had. I mean, they've been better on special teams as well, and they've got plenty of time. 1:12 and a timeout with the way this offense has been operating. It would almost be an upset if they don't at least get in the field goal range.
19-yard return to the 36. Ty Johnson, the single back. 4 wide, 2 and 2. Allen out of the gun near left hash. 13 on the play clock. He calmly calls a low snap. Fades back. Pressure comes. He steps up. Looks over the middle. Passes caught. Ball pops free. And it's wrestled back down by the Bills. The grab was initially made by Matt Collins. Flag is down at around the 42. That's where he made that grab. And then the ball was popped free. Dalton Kincaid in there as part of that recovery after it squirted. And we'll hear what the flag is from referee Sean Smith. Offside, it looks like, on Jacksonville.
Offside. Defense, number 44. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Trayvon Walker. So the ball once again spotted at the 41-yard line. 1:04 to go before the break. Shotgun single back left. Shakir motions left to right. Jaguar show zone. Allen pointing at the deep defenders. 2 very high safeties. Snap, he fades back. Looks over the middle. Catch is made by his back. That's good for a first nearly to midfield. Ty Johnson to the 49. Able to get 8. Antonio Johnson there on the stop.
You want to save the timeout if you're the Bills, so they're getting right up on the ball. Josh Allen's already called a play.
47 seconds. He fades back. Lob up the right sideline to nobody, incomplete. They had a tight end in the area, Dawson Knox, but that was whistled way beyond it.
Quick out route by the tight end. If it's there, you throw it. You pick up a few yards, you get out of bounds. If it's not there, you just airmail it like Josh Allen. I mean, even his incompletions, he's doing it on purpose.
Well, the Bills have touchdowns on their first 4 possessions tonight. It's only the second time for the franchise in the last 3 decades, including the playoffs. Can they make it 5 for 5 from their own 49? Game clock at 41 seconds. One very high and deep safety. Allen hard cadence out of the gun. All day. Steps into a strong throw. It's a tip ball incomplete. Flag was down. It looked like there was movement. I think Allen knew he had a free play there.
Offside. Defense number 91. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Hey, Ross, this is a second offside penalty on Jacksonville's defense this drive.
Smart job by the Bills to go with the hard count, and Josh Allen tried to take advantage of it with the free play. Actually, a really nice job by Jags corner Buster Brown to knock that away. They're showing Doug Peterson on the monitor here, and all I can think about, John, is what is he going to say at halftime? I mean, what did Doug Peterson even say to his guys at halftime?
Bills at the Jacksonville 46. Allen looks over the middle. Tight window and hard contact. Flag out. Shakir made the grab and got bopped helmet to helmet, it looked like, by the dipping safety Daniel Thomas, who was pressed into more action with Darnell Savage out before the game. Jarian Jones lost during the game and questionable to return.
So it's a penalty if, well, let's see what they say first.
Result of the play is completed pass. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 10. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the dead ball spot. First down.
I mean, Ross, that's a huge extra chunk on the flag with 29 seconds until halftime.
Yeah, definitely not on number 10. That's Mac Jones. So, boy, I don't know about that. I mean, Thomas came in with his shoulder, and Shakir's head was down. I am big time in favor of protecting defense's players and hits to the head. I'm genuinely not sure what Thomas is supposed to do there when Shakir ducks his head that low. His head was almost hitting the ground.
Buffalo at Jacksonville's 23, first and 10. Allen fades on the right hash. Floats it out near left. It's caught by his tight end who shields his back. Dalton Kincaid launching into a defender in Christian Braswell. He'll be short. Earns the 16. Buffalo calls its timeout after gaining 7. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Monday Night Football.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
The Bills are in the CDW red zone. Third time on the evening. Couple of touchdowns already. Second down and 3 at the Jacksonville 16. Buffalo is out of timeouts. 24 seconds until halftime. 27-3 Buffalo. What are you doing here?
Well, it's a good question. So they have enough time that if they get tackled in the field of play, they can spike the ball. But you really want to either go end zone or out of bounds from here on out if you're the Bills.
Out of the gun, tight end motion right to left. Allen locked left side. Rolls left side. Floats left side. It's caught. End zone. Touchdown. 5 for 5. An offensive clinic. Ty Johnson brings in his first receiving score of the year. 33-3. Buffalo looks unstoppable.
Well, they're certainly unstoppable for the Jacksonville Jaguars, that's for sure. We've got evidence of that. 5 series, and to even get another one right there, and the crowd is chanting MVP, I don't blame them. I mean, Josh Allen is on absolute fire right now.
Point after from Tyler Bass. Right to left kick, snap spot, right-footed kick is in the air, and it is good. Allen 22 of 28, 247, 4 touchdowns, a 143 quarterback rating. A break in the action. Your score, Buffalo 34, Jacksonville 3. 19 seconds to go until halftime. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Hey, football fans, if you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right, you can earn real cash back with Upside today just for buying the gas you're already buying. Some users make up to $340. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app and use promo code TOUCHDOWN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Download the Upside app and use promo code TOUCHDOWN for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank.
Bills 5 plays, 64 yards in just 53 seconds. 16-yard touchdown grab by Todd Johnson. Josh Allen has 4 touchdowns to 4 men. So Bills ready to kick right to left. 19 seconds until the break. 34-3 Bills. Pass to the teed-up ball. And a deep launch, no shot to return for Jacksonville. Time for tonight's Fact of the Game, sponsored by Mint Mobile. Switch and get half off unlimited premium wireless at mintmobile.com/score. You probably heard Shohei Ohtani, baseball's first ever 50-50 man. 50th home run, 50th steal came in the same game. But did you know only 2 players in NFL history can boast more than 50 career touchdown runs and 50 career touchdown passes? Cam Newton, who had 194 passes, 75 rushes, and Josh Allen, who has 174 passing touchdowns, 55 on the ground on his storied career. It's a brutal efficiency, Ross.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I can't think of very many, if any, NFL games I've been a part of that have been this one-sided like what we witnessed here. 34-3. If I'm the Jags, I'm probably just taking a knee.
They're coming out in the gun, single back right, armed with 3 timeouts. Play fake. Lawrence looking to throw. Pump, flicks it out, incomplete. Way off his target, a wide open Gabe Davis, who was recessed behind the line of scrimmage in the left flat.
I mean, if the Bills get 4 more points, I don't know what the rules are here in New York, but if the Bills get 4 more points in Pennsylvania, it's a running clock for high school football when the team's up by 35. I mean, this is wild, and I don't like their decision here to keep throwing it here. I think you just go into the half and try to regroup.
Out of the gun, Kirk in motion, 14 seconds. 2nd and 10, Jags at their own 30. Lawrence out of the gun, he fades back to throw once more. Backside pressure, he goes over the middle, he finds Etienne, who gets taken down at the 38, able to gain 7 seconds.
Jags call timeout, so I guess Peterson's going to try to get a good 20 yards on this play, use his last timeout, and then attempt a long field goal. I mean, at this point, I would say it couldn't get any worse, but you could get an injury, you get a strip sack, you get an interception.
Now, this has just been a brutal bludgeoning. And the Jaguar offense down a gaudy 34-3, goes out to run 3rd and 2 at their own 38. 2 timeouts. A prevent look from Buffalo. It's still the first half. Lawrence out of the gun. Takes the snap. He fades back. Checks down. Looking. He throws over the middle. A cup try comes up shy. Unable to curl it cleanly. Brenton Strange at the 45 in Buffalo territory. It hits turf. Incomplete, 4th down.
Strange was wide open in the middle of the field, and Trevor Lawrence one-hopped it to him. I'm not really quite sure how that happens either. 4th down and 2. So for the Jags, I guess, there's only 2 seconds left, so they can try some type of Hail Mary or lateral play. But even that seems more likely to go wrong than go positively.
Reeking of desperation, 2 seconds. Shotgun snap rolling right, and a lob out of bounds. So an added incompletion in what is one of the more lopsided pummelings of a first half that the NFL has seen in some time. It is 34-3, Buffalo bludgeoning Jacksonville.
And John, I wasn't expecting this at all. I thought the Jags would come out ready to play in prime time to try to get that first win. It's been the exact opposite.
It has been all Bills. The end of the first half. Buffalo 34, Jacksonville 3. When we return, Rich Eisen rejoins us from the Progressive Insurance Studios with the halftime report. Protect the stuff you love with Renters Insurance. Visit Progressive.com. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. We leave no warrior behind. Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization created to help armed men and women returning home with the scars of war. Whether those scars are physical or mental, we're here to make sure that they heal. And whether it's helping those with post-traumatic stress disorder live a normal life again, or giving much-needed support to injured warriors in veterans' hospitals, because no one deserves our help more than the men and women who risk their lives to keep us safe. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to Dennis Melvin's house. It's time for the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course. Sticking to healthy habits in this kitchen is going to take focus and determination, but it can be done, JB.
He's already entered the snack part of the course, and he's eyeballing a jar of chocolate candy.
That is tempting right off the start.
Uh-oh, he's reaching, Bill, but he pushes it away.
Great stiff arm.
He's approaching a plate of delicious-looking iced cookies.
Oh, Dennis, you only want one of those?
He blows right by him for the apple.
Oh, the fridge. It's make or break time, JB.
He stares down some rich-looking treats. Uh-oh, looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle, and shuts the door with his elbow in record time.
Unbelievable move. I gotta see that again.
And he's out. He even turned off the light.
That's the way you execute a midnight snack run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Furnished by Stand Up to Cancer.
Welcome to the Monday Night Football Halftime Report on Westwood 1. Sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Tired of paying for cable TV? Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV today to watch over 95 live channels. Live TV plan required, restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com. Once again, here's your host, Rich Eisen.
The Buffalo Bills are in the locker room right now, licking their wounds, trying to come back from missing an extra point on their opening drive. All right. That truly is the only blemish of the first half for the Buffalo Bills. They're up 34-3 over the Jaguars at halftime. That said, Thursday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Ian Eagle will have the call with a new member of Westwood 1. Phil Simms will be on the call on Thursday night, beginning at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And guess what? Phil joins us right now here on our halftime show. How you doing, Phil?
Rich, I'm doing fine. Excited about doing the game for Westwood 1 on Thursday night. Of course, the Giants and the Cowboys. I played in some of those games. I know it's a big rivalry still, and the Cowboys have had a lot of success of late in Giant Stadium, so it's going to be fun to watch and to call it, that's for sure.
Well, the bottom line is the Giants are the team that's coming in off of a win, having taken care of business against Cleveland. What are you seeing out of Daniel Jones that might give a glass half full to Giants fans right now, Phil?
Well, you know, the fact that he had an injury, set out all the time last year, the ACL and all that, the first game's tough, and now we look back and see the Minnesota Viking defense these last 2 weeks. We understand why it might have been a tough start, but I think the Giants, the coaching staff's done a good job of putting him in good positions the last 2 weeks, throwing the football with power, accuracy, making good decisions. I mean, what else can you ask from a quarterback right now besides that?
I guess to find Malik Neighbors more. This kid looks amazing, Phil.
Yeah, you know, it really is. It's watching the games, just 3 games, but to see the difference from game 1 to game 2 and against the Cleveland Browns, probably against the best secondary in the NFL, you could see the confidence and the moves and how ferocious he was just playing the game. Malik Neighbors, I think he's turning out to be everything they hoped he would be.
Well, if you want to talk about a difference between games 1 and 2 or games 1, 2, and 3 together, you got to talk about the Cowboys. I mean, after doing to Cleveland what the Giants did, which is winning in Ohio, they went home and just got crushed by the Saints and then had to try and make a game of it against the Ravens after getting blown out in the first half. What's wrong with the Cowboys, do you think, Phil?
Well, the big thing I see, just a little all over the place on the defensive side. In other words, Rich, thing we always hear, just do your job. Don't try to do more, because when you try to do more, you're just creating a bigger gap in what our defense is trying to accomplish. I do see that with the Dallas Cowboy defense. And on the offensive side, they can't run the football. For me, if I'm the New York Giants, I'm going to dare them to run. See if they will, bite on that, because I think when they start throwing the ball with Dak all the time, every play, I think that's when they're most dangerous. So we'll see how the Giants play that. And the Cowboys, the infighting. I say usually those kind of things make the team unite more, and they'll be, I think, very aggressive, ready to play, and trying to put to rest these last two games they played.
Listen, I look forward to listening to you on Thursday night. Thanks for the time, Phil.
All right, Rich. Thanks for having me on.
Again, it'll be Phil and Ian Eagle beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on Westwood One. The halftime score of the game you're listening to is 34-3 Buffalo. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
A dog? I'm not. I was born for a purpose. To bring you hope. To guide you out of darkness. To stand by you as you rediscover life. When past battles cloud your mind, I push them away. You tell me I'm your hero, just as you are mine. You hold me when you're afraid, whisper that I saved you. With me by your side, no challenge is too great, no night too dark. I'm your guide, your companion, your friend, your light. A dog? I'm not. With me, you see the world again.
Discover hope at Dogs Inc. Visit us at dogsinc.org to learn more.
The mission of Paralyzed Veterans of America is clear. Accessibility. Veterans who have served and sacrificed the best of themselves deserve access to the best our country has to offer. Access to meaningful employment. Access to the veterans' benefits they've earned. Accessible homes and vehicles. And access to every part of their communities. With PVA staff working inside VA hospitals, no other veterans organization has provided more real-time, ongoing support for paralyzed veterans and their families. PVA is proud to serve veterans across all branches, all generations, and all conflicts. Our nation's heroes fought for your independence. Join PVA in fighting for theirs at pva.org.
Welcome back to Monday Night Football on Westwood One from the Progressive Insurance Studios. I'm Rich Eisen, offering auto, home, and commercial auto insurance plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit progressive.com today. In the other game, Joe Burrow found Jamar Chase on a 41-yarder to start the scoring, and then Brian Robinson Jr. led down the field by Jaden Daniels, popped one in from the 1-yard line to tie the game after a missed field goal for Cincinnati. Brian Robinson Jr.'s backfield mate Austin Eckler got into the act.
24 Cincinnati. Daniels has the shotgun snap for Washington. Hands to Eckler, busting through the left tackle, the 20, the 15 down the near sideline, 10, 5, inside the pylon, touchdown Washington. Austin Eckler driving, breaking tackles, and accelerates for 6. And the Commanders have taken the lead on a 24-yard touchdown run by Austin Eckler.
That's his first as a Commander. Of course, that's Kevin Harlan on the call. He and Kurt Warner can be heard on WestwoodOneSports.com at our website or via the NFL app. It's now 14:10 in Cincinnati, midway through the second quarter. This has been the Monday Night Football Halftime Report on Westwood One, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Tired of paying for cable TV? Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV today to watch over 95 live channels. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com. The halftime score is 34-3 Buffalo. Mercifully, The Jaguars get the ball first to start the second half. When we return, John Sadak and Ross Tucker will have the second half kickoff. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
Wakey, wakey, it's Sunday morning football. In your face and live from London. Two sides take the field. Only one will emerge victorious. Watch live as Justin Jefferson leads the Vikings against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Set your alarms because this waits for no one. Rise, shine, football. Jets, Vikings. Sunday, October 6th at 9:30 Eastern. Only on NFL Network.
In Buffalo, a couple of minutes until the second half gets underway. A 34-3 score. Buffalo, a thorough demolition of Jacksonville so far in this game. We check the halftime stats sponsored by Indeed. Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Indeed's video interview tool makes it easy and effortless to meet with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Well, the quarterbacks tell a lot of the story. Josh Allen, 22 of 28, 247, 4 touchdowns to 4 men, no picks, a rating of 143 even. Trevor Lawrence of Jacksonville, 10 of 22, 59 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick, a rating of 33.5. First downs, 19-5 Buffalo. Total yards, 288 to 70 Buffalo. Yards per play, 7.5 to 2.5 Buffalo. Ross, this is as lopsided a first half as we have seen in a long time.
So I follow Buffalo Bills public relations on social media, and every stat they post is first time 5 touchdowns in a row since 2011. First time leading by 31 at halftime since 1992. We're not exaggerating when we say this is one of the most ridiculous blowouts we've seen in the NFL, except it's not over. It's only one half, and crazier things have happened. Do I think the Jaguars will come back and win this game? Absolutely not. But I was in Minnesota when the Vikings came all the way back from down 4 scores against the Colts. So we'll see what happens here. It starts with the Jags just finding a way to move the ball and get a touchdown here. Obviously, just 1 score at a time.
Jacksonville won the toss and deferred, so Jaguars to receive. Bills poised to kick left to right. Some thinned, empty seats here and there as some fans still file in. They figure they can wait a bit with Jacksonville getting the ball to begin the second half. Buffalo clad in the royal blue tops and socks, the white helmet, pants, lettering, and numerals, many with the bright white gloves on their hands, tight to the line up at the 40. The Jaguars in the white tops and socks nearly to the knee with the black lettering and numerals, teal trim, black helmets, and black pants. The Bills trying to go 3-0 for the third time under Sean McDermott. The Jaguars trying to avoid their first 0-3 start since Trevor Lawrence's rookie year in 2021. So Tyler Bass ready to kick the teed up ball at his own 35. Charges to it. Left to right, it's shot to the heavens, and that's plenty deep enough. A backpedaling Duvernay, 3/4 deep, takes a touchback. So the Jaguar offense back to the field, and the completion numbers of Trevor Lawrence, Ross, don't totally tell the story because several times he either missed a wide open man or on one occasion threw it right to a Buffalo Bill.
That was by far the worst play offensively of the first half for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now you'd expect them to just come out throwing it all over the place. This is when, if you're a D lineman for the Bills, you're thinking sacks, baby. This is how you start to make some money.
Secondary blitz shown. Handoff goes to Etienne right in his belly, and he bursts off to the 34. Rasul Douglas takes him out there after he gains 4, just inside the number left, 2nd and 6. The Jaguars with that first down run. Their only points came out of 41-yard field goal make by Cam Little. Lawrence has lost 7 straight regular season starts. The longest slide active in the NFL. His counterpart Josh Allen has won 7 straight regular season starts. The longest active. One high safety in Hamlin. Receiver motion left to right. Near left hash snap. 2nd down. Play fake. Lawrence steps up. He's pressured. He throws, and a sliding catch try at the 47 in Buffalo territory is there. That is a catch brought in clean. That's good for a first down and a big chunk play.
You know what, though, John? Trevor Lawrence does not trust himself. That was a terrific play call. Christian Kirk was wide open, and Trevor Lawrence pulled the string on that one. I don't know if there's an expression in baseball, but he didn't really let it go because he didn't want to overthrow it again. Kirk had to go to the ground to catch it. He should have caught that in stride and been able to turn it up and get yards.
20-yard gain to the Buffalo 48. Change of play under center by Lawrence. And it's a handoff to Etienne. Explores the right side behind Anton Harrison. He gets an extra couple on the rumble to the 44. They'll make that a gain of 4. By the way, the deficit at halftime for Jacksonville, the biggest in franchise history. The Jaguars have been in existence since 1995.
Wow. So where does pulling the string come from?
It's often with a change-up. You would see it in baseball, and it's just the idea of it seems to come in at a fast rate, but you're able to pull the string and yank it back.
Well, you shouldn't really do that very often in football, and Trevor Lawrence has done it a couple times in this game now.
Yeah, I don't think you want to deceive your receiver. Blitz comes up the gut, fire to the near left. Is a little off time and off target, looking for Luke Farrell, who had a couple of defenders on him, including Baylon Spector. Hamlin was in the area as well. Incomplete 3rd and 6. Your local Staples store has hot deals and super low prices on everything for back to school, even technology. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. 34-3 Buffalo. Jaguars on the opening drive second half. 3rd down and 6 at the Buffalo 44. The Jags are 2 of 8 on 3rd down today. The Ernest Johnson is checked in at running back. Bunch trips to the near left. Snap on the far right hash, one high safety. Tight end motion to the far right. Out of the gun, Lawrence, who angles up oddly. Barking out commands to Johnson. Play clock whittling down to 2. He just gets the snap off. Locked left side. He pats the football and he fires to Gabe Davis, who catches it underneath at around the 38. Baylon Spector with the contact. They're going to give him progress to that 38. That is good for a first down. He got exactly the yards needed.
Well, that is a favorable spot right there for Gabe Davis. I thought he was short and that the Jags would have to go for it.
Ruling on the field as the runner was short of the line of game. It would be 4th down.
So they just told the chain gang to move the chains, but sounds like there was an override because I'm with you. It did look like he was short by...
He was definitely short, and I'm not sure what the side judge over here on our side, he was waving first down. He's more than half a yard short. That was bizarre. Jags are going to go for it. They have to go for it. They did have success earlier with the quarterback sneak. Let's see if the Bills are more prepared for this one.
Double tight end. Farrell is joined Strange. Lawrence under center. 4th and less than a yard at the 38+. Bigsby the deep back. Tight ends go out wide right. Lawrence from under center. Handoff goes to Bigsby. He runs out of a first hit. He loops to the right, and an ankle tackle stymies him, but he breaks the plane for a first. It was Christian Benford that tamed him by wrapping on that rear right foot, but he gets a yard plus in the first down.
I cannot believe he just did that. There was a well-blocked play right up the middle, and Bigsby bounces it. Thank goodness he broke the tackle from Cam Lewis. He ran into the unblocked defender off the edge. No idea what Tank Bigsby was doing there. Very, very fortunate to get the first down.
Jaguars 1st and 10 of the Buffalo 37. Bills lead 34-3. Lawrence out of the gun, 3-step drop. He fires over the middle and he threads the needle, connecting with Christian Kirk, surrounded by a trio of defenders. A flag comes out after he makes the catch all the way at the 13, a gain of 24.
Well, this is going to be another one of those hits to the head of a defenseless player. Did not like the first one they called on Daniel Thomas of the Jags at all.
He's over the play. It's a completed pass. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 3. Half the distance penalty, automatic first down.
Goes on DeMar Hamlin.
Really beautiful pass from Trevor Lawrence. One of his best of the night. Fitted in there to Christian Kirk. DeMar Hamlin went firing with his right shoulder in there. That should not have been called on Hamlin. If anybody, Taylor Rapp, number 9, might have had the hit to the head or neck area of Christian Kirk.
Jaguars in the CDW red zone. 1st and goal at the 6.5 from under center. Play fake, lob left corner, caught, touchdown! Brenton Strange goes up and gets it. And Lawrence able to connect with his primary tight end, the first TD for Jacksonville. 11:15 to go third quarter. It's 34-9.
Well, that's how comebacks start, right? They start with the first touchdown. Really nice drive by the Jaguars. It's almost like they came out and said, guys, it can't get any worse than this. They had two tight ends to the left side. Farrell stayed in the block. Strange ran a corner route and was wide open in the zone coverage. Really nice drive by Trevor Lawrence and the Jags.
Cam Little for the point after. Snap spot. Right-footed kick is in the air, right to left, and it's good. So Strange filling in for the injured Evan Ingram, able to pick up his first receiving TD of the year. 34-10. Buffalo leads Jacksonville. 11:15 to go third quarter. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
When it feels like the world has stopped, good finds a way. Good is happening, even now. Good connects us, even when we can't get close. Good never stops, and neither does Children International. With support from caring friends, we help provide children and families with the critical essentials they need. Essentials like food assistance, hygiene education, medical help, and financial support. To learn more, go to children.org/help today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
In 2007, Marine First Lieutenant Travis Manion was killed in Iraq after saving his wounded teammates. Travis's legacy lives on through the 5 words he spoke before leaving for his final deployment. If not me, then who? Words that today fuel the spirit of Travis Manion Foundation. Words that live in veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians who go out of their way to find a way, who help others with the help of others, who bounce back after each setback, who make good on good intentions. Through Travis Manion Foundation, if not me, then who, are words that can live in you too. Show the world what your character is made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at travismanion.org. That's travismanion.org.
John Sadak, Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Buffalo. Tackle your to-do list with Grainger. From locker rooms to plant floors, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. 11:15 to go, third quarter. Jaguars have their first TD. The Buffalo lead now 34-10. 11:15 to go in the third quarter. Jags on their last scoring drive, 8 plays, 70 yards, 345, a 6-yard touchdown grab by tight end Brenton Strange. The kick handled by the Bills, 2/3 deep in the end zone for a touchback. So the Buffalo offense back out on the field. You can't help but think back to the Jaguars-Chargers playoff game from the 22 season. That was in year 1 for Doug Peterson as the head coach. It was 27-0 in the second quarter in that game. They were able to rally and win 31-30.
You know, and that must be, I was trying to think about what Doug Peterson could have possibly said to these guys at halftime. I'm sure he said that, because it's a lot of the same guys, and he probably said, guys, we've been here before. We know what to do.
Hand off to Cook on first down. He bounces outside left, zigzags against the grain. Has no room as Jacksonville held that edge. He only gets a yard to the 1, and Monteric Brown gets the denial.
Do I think that's going to happen tonight? No, I do not. But, hey, that was a nice first down stop. They just went on a drive. Can you imagine if they get a 3-and-out here? I mean, listen, they're still down 24, but at least they'd be feeling like we got a chance.
Allen out of the gun, 2nd and 9 at his own 31. Single back right and Cook. 2 wide to the near right. Low snap, 2-step drop. He throws left, soft coverage, catch made, first down, and a little bit more as he connects with Mac Hollins. And Monteric Brown was there in coverage with the stop. He gets 16 yards first. They're at the at their own 47.
So what's so interesting to me about the Jags is the Jags play more man-to-man coverage than any team in the NFL with their new defensive coordinator, Ryan Nielsen. And their best corner, Tyson Campbell, is out. The guys they have playing corner are not great. And so it's probably not the best matchups to continue to play man-to-man like they have been.
First and 10, Bills from their 47. Handoff goes to Ray Davis. He rumbles to the near right. And carries the Jaguar to the 50-yard line, able to get 3 hard yards. Ventrell Miller was in there. Tune in to catch all the excitement of the NFL next Sunday on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for games and times in your area. Catch the NFL on CBS and Fox. Bills have 5 touchdowns on their first 5 possessions today, Ross. Only twice before have they had a better start to a game. The record for the franchise, a game you and I did in the playoffs, 21 season in January 22, it was 7 touchdowns, 7 possessions in a rout of the Patriots. Cook the deep back, play fake. Allen rolling to the near right. Defender falls down. He's able to jog up the right sideline with no pressure and then dance out of bounds at the Jacksonville 37. That's a casual 12 yards and an easy first down.
Really like what I'm seeing from Josh Allen. I mean, obviously, he's playing at an unbelievable level, but I'm talking more about the decision-making. I'm not exactly sure. Looked like one of the Jags defenders, Eric Armstead, who's a very highly paid defensive lineman, he fell down on that play. But Josh Allen's running when he should run. He's not taking unnecessary hits either. He's been sliding. He's been getting out of bounds. Very mature performance from Allen.
From under center, handoff to Cook, who gets through the second level. And the secondary finally swarms him after he earns another chunk and a first down. He rumbles to the 24. It's a gain of 13 yards. And an extra offensive lineman on Alec Anderson, something you noticed early. The Bills have done quite a bit today.
You know, it's interesting, too, John, because the first couple games, the Jags defense played okay. You know, I thought they did a nice job against the Dolphins in the opener. They only gave up 18 points last week. They really haven't even gotten very close to stopping this Bills offense yet.
Play clock at 7, Allen under center. Handoff to Cook, giant hole right side. The only man who was there, Ventrell Miller, launched himself at the legs of Cook and undercut him at the 18. He still gets 6.
Huge hole. Ventrell Miller seemingly came out of nowhere to make that play. If he doesn't make that play, there's a decent chance James Cook scores on that one.
Well, the Bills in the red zone again, trying to go 6 touchdowns in 6 possessions to begin the game. 34-10, the Bills lead. 7:32, clock rolls third quarter. Allen under center. One deep back in Cook. Snap near right hash, tight end left. Play fake. Allen, pocket eroded. He's flushed, rolling to his left. On the run, pumps, zips up the left sideline, and then hops out of bounds. He gains yards. There was pursuit in the backfield, almost 10 yards deep, and he's able to pick up 6 and get all the way to the 12. That's good for another first down.
So there's different schools of thought on how to rush Josh Allen, but it's pretty much universally agreed upon you don't want to let him break contain. Because when he does, not only can he run for yards, but that's when the big plays in the passing game happen as well, and that has happened a number of times already in this game, and he's easily gotten the corner against this Jags defense.
Just killed the play. One of the play clock, he just gets the snap off. Handoff Cook. Right up the gut of the Jacksonville defense, gets nothing. Denied at the line of scrimmage at the 12 by the beefy Jeremiah Ledbetter at 6'3", 299. Now, clock rolls, 6:26, third quarter. Each team armed with its full complement of 3 second-half timeouts. And there's just such a very deliberate and calm pacing to how Buffalo has played in this game.
And it makes sense now, right? I mean, they should be, I don't think it's too early for them to be taking the play clock below 10 and ideally below 5 every play, right? You're up by 24, shorten the game for a lot of different reasons.
Out of the pistol, Hollins in motion behind the line. Play fake. Allen spins around, steps up. He steps through traffic. He pumps. He runs, and he slides down at the 8. That was a great sell. Mark him down at the 9. That's a gain of 3, and it'll be third down here.
One of my favorite Josh Allen plays of the night. right there. He wanted to throw that ball in the end zone so bad, but it probably would have been intercepted, would have been a poor choice. He wanted to try to run over some of those Jags defenders very badly. This is the maturation of a player that the Bills have been hoping to see in terms of not turning it over and not taking unnecessary hits.
He's 6 for 6 on third down for 77 yards. They need to get to the 2. 3rd and 7 from the 9. Pump fake, check down all day. Fires end zone, incomplete. It just whistled through a bit of traffic. Dalton Kincaid, the closest to it at the rear of the end zone. And the Jaguars finally deny a Bills touchdown on a possession. A reluctant trot on for Tyler Bass.
Well, and Josh Allen needs to be careful there. I mean, he's been doing a good job protecting the football. But Ventrell Miller, that went right through his hands. That should have been intercepted either by him or the defensive back behind him. Not a good decision by Allen.
27-yard field goal try from Bass, who's 3 of 4 on the year. Left to right, near right hash. 5:06 to go, third quarter. Clean snap and spot. Right-footed kick is in the air, and it's good. So the Bills still get points, and with that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. It's Buffalo 37, Jacksonville 10, 5:03 to go, third quarter. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
There aren't many feelings worse than trying to start your car in the morning and being greeted with a dead battery, or being stuck on the side of the road when you don't need to be. 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a battery replacement this year. Don't be a statistic. Stop battery problems before they stop you by testing your battery regularly. Test yours at home or at select Napa locations nationwide. If you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting high-performance batteries for nearly every make and model on the road. So don't wait. Test your battery today and let Napa help keep you moving.
Doors take us to summers away, or winter adventures, and afternoon getaways. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a comprehensive plan to help you reach your wealth's full potential. Because doors were meant to be opened. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimum supply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tune in to Thursday Night Football this week. The New York Giants host the Dallas Cowboys. Ian Eagle and Phil Simms will have all the action from MetLife Stadium. Scott Graham kicks things off with a pregame show starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And don't miss Scott's interview with Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith, sponsored by Depend and its Stand Strong for Men's Health program benefiting the Prostate Cancer Foundation. Our other Monday night game is halftime in Cincinnati. The Commanders on top of the Bengals in that one, Ross, 21-13.
I think that's very surprising. Seems like Jaden Daniels, the rookie out of LSU, is playing very, very well. The Bengals can obviously ill afford to fall to 0-3 themselves.
Now, they have had sluggish starts often in the Burrow era. That is also on Westwood One, streaming on WestwoodOneSports.com, the NFL app, or via Alexa. Just say open Westwood One Sports. So pass after his 27-yard field goal make. Connects on the kick try, and the kickoff goes 2/3 deep. Brought in by Duvernay for a touchback. So 11 plays, 61 yards on that last possession for Buffalo. Took 6-12. The capper, that 27-yard field goal make. And now a look for Lawrence and the Jaguar offense. And we'll see what Trevor Lawrence and company are able to do. 10 of 22 in the first half for 59 yards. He was 4 of 5 for nearly the same yardage just that last drive, Ross.
It's almost like he and the offense just played relaxed on the last drive, you know? I mean, it's, hey guys, we're down by 30. Let's just go out and see what we can get done. And it was a nice and pleasant drive.
And a handoff, a huge seam up the right hash for Etienne. Dorian Williams able to latch onto his leg, drag him down after he gains 8, a burst to the 38, 2nd and 2. After that strong look on first down, we haven't seen much in the way of a deep shot for Lawrence. Honestly, there hasn't been much overall offensive rhythm.
And they really haven't taken a deep shot to Brian Thomas, the rookie from LSU. The Bills have a lot of too deep safety looks, trying to not allow any explosive plays.
Play action, throw to the near left. It's caught by backpedaling Kirk. He's got the first, nearly to midfield. Gets hit out of bounds at the 49 by Cam Lewis. Able to pick up 10. It's 1st and 10. The Jaguars on the move, right to left. 4:16, clock ticks, third quarter. Bills a gaudy 37-10 lead.
Jaguars' offensive line is actually doing a nice job tonight in pass protection. I mean, it feels like Trevor Lawrence, for the most part, has a bunch of time to throw the ball.
ETN sidecar left. Stacked wide, 2 to the far right. Lawrence out of the gun, near left half. Takes the snap. Pressure comes, line briefly picks it up, and then Lawrence gets picked up and pounded down to the ground. A.J. Epinesa, the driving harm on QB1, pops him all the way back around the 40, a loss of 10.
So here's what happened there. I think Cam Robinson might have been expecting chip help from Travis Etienne, but Travis Etienne had to take on a blitzing linebacker in Dorian Williams, so he didn't get it. Cam Robinson gets paid way too much money to struggle the way he does at left tackle, and Etienne just not good enough in pass pro against a thumper of a linebacker like Dorian Williams.
4 on the play clock, shotgun snap, 4-man rush, still gets pressure. Lawrence hammered as he throws, and he steps into a strong completion. It pierces midfield. He connects with Parker Washington to the Buffalo 49. Taylor Rapp pops him there, gain of a dozen. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
And this has to be 4-down territory for the Jaguars, so they really have 2 downs to get 8 yards. Don't have to get all 8 on this play.
Now they break huddle. Jacksonville 2 of 9 on 3rd down of the game. Lawrence out of the gun. 4 wide, 2 and 2, single back right. From slot right, Kirk motions to the near left. They set up trips. Lawrence screams out a change, pointing out the left side. He takes the snap. Blitz is on. He throws on a quick slant. Catch made nearly to the sticks. We'll see where they mark it. Cam Lewis able to converge as the catch was made to the 41-plus, and it looks like they'll be shot.
4th and very short. Again, I would expect the Jags to come back with the quarterback sneak here. It was very successful early. This is like inches here. And if you can't sneak it for inches, you probably don't deserve to get it. I would not hand it off again like they did the last time. They nearly averted disaster there.
8-yard catch for Kirk. Lawrence from under center, needing half a yard. Handoff to Etienne. He gets low, and he drives for a 1st down. Able to plow forward and push to the 39 and a half. They move the chains.
Really just quarterback sneak blocking up front, but rather than have Lawrence take it himself, he hands it off to Etienne, who did a much better job of just hitting that thing downhill than Bigsby did on the last series.
1 minute, 20 seconds. Clock ticks here in the 3rd quarter. 37-10 Buffalo. Jaguars on the drive. At the Buffalo 39, going right to left. Empty, out of the gun. Rigsby is out wide, a running back. Lawrence, hard, long cadence. Buffalo, a crowded front. The snap, they only rush 4. Lawrence is pressured. He throws under backside duress, and he overshoots his tight end, Brenton Strange, tight to the near left sideline. Dorian Williams was in the area, but driving pressure from Casey Toohill seemed to speed up Lawrence.
Anton Harrison, the right tackle, is the guy that got beat there, and he just came off. He's been limping out there, not looking good, so he comes off. In comes Walker Little. I've been in this situation, John. That is not fun, right? You've been standing there on the sideline all game. All of a sudden you come in when you're down by 27 points and throwing the ball every play. Good luck to Walker Little at right tackle.
He's got a tight end, Farrell, alongside him to the right. The timeout will come first. Buffalo didn't like what it saw. And the Bills called a timeout with 1:01 to go in the 3rd quarter. Now 2nd down and 10, still awaiting for Jacksonville with the ball at the Buffalo 39. Your score, Bills 37, Jaguars 10. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Something amazing is happening in networking. Organizations are scaling with less stress. That's because CDW is designing and implementing intelligent HPE Aruba networking solutions that simplify and secure operations. With automation at the center of your data center, growing pains can be a thing of the past. HPE Aruba Networking and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Aruba.
There's no better place to watch live TV this fall than Hulu Plus Live TV. You get your favorite sports like football, local channels, shows, and so much more. Plus, get Hulu's entire streaming library with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus included in your plan. No long-term contracts or hidden fees. Don't wait. Start your 3-day free trial of Hulu Plus Live TV today. Live TV plan required. Access content from each service separately. Offer valid for new and eligible returning subscribers only if available. Terms and restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Uline is here for the hard workers, for the ones rolling up their sleeves, working round the clock, and getting the job done. You're dedicated to doing what it takes to keep a business growing. Uline is dedicated to helping you make that happen. Working 7 days a week, staying fully stocked and ready to ship any of our 41,000 items the same day. Uline, your shipping and industrial supply specialists. Visit uline.com.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games. Device and content restrictions apply. 101 to go, third quarter, 37-10, the Buffalo significant lead. But Jacksonville on the move, 2nd and 10 at the Buffalo 39, looking for more momentum. Trevor Lawrence out of the gun, tank big sidecar left. Most men tight to the line. Davis, the outside man, left at wideout. Safeties fade back, showing soft for Buffalo. Near left hash, 5-man rush. Lawrence, 7-step deep drop. He steps into a strong throw. Tight coverage, catch made. That's good for a first down, nearly to the 25. Calling a gain of 13. Rasul Douglas, the denial at the 26.
Trevor Lawrence is in kind of a nice rhythm here. On the Jags, I'm not huddling very often. I mean, you're still down 27. You got to kind of be in 2-minute mode for the rest of this game.
33 precious seconds fading here in the third quarter. Single back left Etienne. 1st and 10 of the Buffalo 26. Slot right. Throw to the right. Wide open. His primary target, Brian Thomas Jr., makes the first man miss, and his shiftiness goes into the second level where he's got the first down. A couple of Bills tame him at the 10. He earns 16 yards.
It's an interesting thing, right? Because the Bills are not wanting to give up touchdowns. They're keeping the 2 deep safeties. They don't want the chunk plays, but at some point, you got to stop them too.
And with that, the zeros arrive on the clock. We have reached the end of the third quarter. Your score through 3, Buffalo 37, Jacksonville 10. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Did you know that most adults with autism are unemployed, and a major hurdle is the lack of job opportunities? Well, that's about to change, thanks to a new initiative from Autism Speaks, Lee Container, the J. Donald and Laurel Lee Family Foundation Fund, and Delivering Jobs, that seeks to create a more inclusive workforce in the U.S. Lee Container is a family-owned business that has found success by staying true to the golden rule: treat others as you would want to be treated. There are hundreds of thousands of people with autism and people with intellectual or developmental differences who are ready and willing to work in our communities. Our coalition is committed to hiring an inclusive workforce, providing training for hiring professionals, and providing guidelines for all employees. Together, we can create a workforce where people of all abilities can contribute and thrive. Will you join us? We are inviting other businesses, institutions, and community leaders to join in. To learn more, please visit autismspeaks.org/employment.
Furnished by the Entertainment Industry Foundation.
COVID-19 has cast a spotlight on the stark inequalities that drive poverty.
The poorest communities in the U.S. and around the world are suffering the most. Oxfam believes we can put systems in place to protect health and livelihoods in the future if we work together with dignity and compassion. Learn how you can help offer safety to the most vulnerable and fight for a more resilient future at oxfamamerica.org. Sponsored by Oxfam America.
COVID-19 has changed everything for the children of the world. Since the earliest days of the pandemic, we've been on the ground, providing children food, educational resources, and basics no child should be without. To learn more, visit savethechildren.org/together. This year, join us and make change for children. Visit savethechildren.org/together. Sponsored by Save the Children.
Welcome back to Buffalo. Along with Ross Tucker, I'm John Sadak, our Westwood One crew. Our score, 37-10, Bills on top of the Jaguars. Start of the fourth quarter, sponsored by NyQuil VapoCool. The vaporizing nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever. Best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children. This game was out of reach for the Jaguars, it seemed, Ross. It was 34-3, but here's Jacksonville, 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 10, down 27.
Well, if they can get a touchdown here, then it's a 3-score game a little bit and becomes somewhat reasonable to think they could pull this off.
Under center, offset eye, strength left. Handoff to Etienne. Pauses, drives, and earns the 7. It gets about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 7. And they'll bring Brian Thomas Jr. back in. He is the favored target of Trevor Lawrence on the year with staggered results so far today, but Lawrence 9 of 11 since halftime.
That was a surprising play call to me. I mean, you got Trevor Lawrence playing well here, and you go to an I formation with a tight end as a lead fullback. Bizarre.
Trips left, running back right, shotgun snap, flag out, whistles, Blair the play dead.
New right tackle Walker Little.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And you seem to call that as soon as he entered a few plays ago.
It's not an easy situation to go into, right? I mean, he probably got very few reps this week. Now it's obvious passing situation. He was really early on that. I don't know how much he got a chance to work on the silent cadence this week, but that's where Walker struggled there, not timing it up right now. He's got to go against Von Miller.
2nd down and goal from the 12. Jaguars going left to right. Bills lead 37-10. Shotgun. Lawrence locked over the middle. He fires into heavy traffic. Knockdown incomplete. Looking for Gabe Davis. It was bracketed by a pair of Bills. Front side, it was Hamlin. Backside, it was Spector. And the ball denied.
Trevor Lawrence tried to fit that into a very small window. Damar Hamlin, what an unbelievable story. I think everybody knows what happened to him a couple years ago at this point, but he's not just playing out there. He's playing really well. He had 10 tackles last week. He's making plays tonight.
3rd and goal from the 12. Trips left. Receiver motion left to right, and Kirk. He goes back out, Trips. Shotgun snap. Looking left side, patting the ball. Hit as he throws. Dangerous lob. Left side end zone. Knocked away. Incomplete. Jamarcus Ingram with the hard arm as the ball arrived. And Lawrence ate it as he delivered that ball, collapsing down in the pocket.
Well, Christian Kirk needs to come back for that ball a little bit. It bounced off his face mask. I mean, that is a terrific throw by Lawrence. Lawrence getting smashed by Ed Oliver and puts it right on the money to Kirk, who can't hold on. Jags are going to go for it here. I don't know how I feel about this. You know, I think this is probably the right decision. A field goal makes it a 3-score game, but that's 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions, which is really unlikely. 20 points makes it more reasonable. I like the decision ultimately to go.
4th down and goal at the Buffalo 12. As loud as it's been since halftime. 37-10 Bills. Empty. Lawrence directing traffic. Play clock already down to 3. Movement right side. Flags fly. And it's Walker Little again.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
4th and goal from the 17.
So Walker Little is not in sync with when the Jags are snapping it right now out of the silent cadence. He's trying to time it up, but he's crazy early at this point. I don't know what's going on there.
Well, you pointed out he's matched up with Von Miller, 125 and a half career sacks, the most among active men. Empty gun, trips left, tight end inside. Prevent for the Bills, 4th and goal. Lawrence, Howman sacked! He gets dropped by Von Miller. They go for it on 4th and goal from the 17, and a sack lunch ends the possession.
Well, to go for it on 4th down like that, the Bills are going to be in a soft zone. There was really nowhere to go with the ball, and Lawrence didn't have time to even wait for him to get there anyway.
Dropped at the 27. It's 37-10. Buffalo Bills take over the ball. 14:09 to go, fourth quarter. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa! Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back. Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So, wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's ACE.
Feel the thrill of the Premier League on Sirius XM-FC.
Arsenal running riot. A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Hear every pulse-pounding moment.
Haaland scores the hat-trick. Brilliant left-foot strike by Salah. What a goal by Marcus Rashford.
From the world's most exciting league.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester United turn it round.
All on your radio home for the beautiful game.
If you like soccer, you are in the right place.
The Premier League lives on Sirius XM-FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Hi there, it's Will Arnett here, host of Smartless, a podcast I do with my pals Sean Hayes and Jason Bateman. On Smartless, we connect people from all walks of life with special guests from Larry David, Selena Gomez, Arnold Schwarzenegger to Presidents Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton. It's an off-the-cuff podcast examining the nooks and crannies of an English muffin to breaking down world affairs. And now you can hear every new episode a full week early on the Sirius XM app. Just search Smartless to join the fun.
Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
John Sadak, Ross Tucker here in the Grainger broadcast booth in lively Buffalo. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering over 1 million industrial-grade products, fast delivery, free technical support. Call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. 37-10, it's all Bills on top of the Jaguars. Infancy of the fourth quarter, 14:09 to go. Cook the deep back, Allen under center. They start a drive at the 27, handoff to Cook, and great pressure from the Jacksonville defense. Ledbetter swallows him up and pops him down at the 26-yard line. That's a loss of a yard. While out of town in Cincinnati, Ross, the Commanders have a 28-13 lead. The first career catch for Trent Scott, a 1-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Daniels.
First career touchdown pass for Jaden Daniels is to a 7th-year offensive tackle, Trent Scott. We could have been calling that game, John. We could have been on that game. Kevin Harlan probably went nuts. Kurt Warner didn't know what to say. I should have been calling that touchdown. It's a thick 6.
I know what you'll be dreaming about tonight. Hand off to Ray Davis, who's able to weave a path through the left side, inside the numbers, just shy of the first. Devin Lloyd finally stymies him after he earns 10. It'll be 3rd down and 1 at the 36.
So if you're the Bills, right, you want to just keep the clock running as much as you possibly can. Ideally, you're keeping it on the ground. You don't want to have to punt it back. We'll see what the run is here. They had the extra offensive lineman in. But a part of that is taking the play clock down below 5 every play.
Play clock at 6. Snap, delayed handoff goes to Ray Davis. He gets dropped for a loss of yards. They needed less than a yard, and he gets taken out at 34. It's a loss of 2. It'll be 4th and 3, and Sam Martin is on the punt.
I think they telegraphed that one a little bit too much, right? The Jags got excellent penetration. I think Josh Allen actually wanted to throw the ball out to the receiver with like a look pass, but the receiver wasn't looking, and Hines Allen with the penetration for the tackle for loss. Nice play for the Jaguars defense.
Devin Duvernay to return at his own 25 outside the left hash. Martin to punt right to left, first punt today.
Jags are coming after this one, John.
Martin has not had one block this year, has had 3 on his career. We'll get a timeout from Buffalo, perhaps seeing exactly what you're talking about, plus a late play clock.
So the Jags looked like they were bringing pressure and bringing a punt block, so the Bills brought their gunners in. By the time everybody was set, they were going to have a delayed game.
Upgrade your Sundays with NFL Plus Premium. Watch live local and primetime games on mobile devices. Plus, NFL Red Zone, game replays, and more. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Subscription required for NFL Plus Premium. Terms and conditions apply. 12:02 to go, fourth quarter. The Bills comfortably cruising 37-10. So Martin and company back out there to punt right to left. Snap of the Buffalo 34, and whistles Blair on the snap. Were they set? That seemed to come quickly. I don't see a
Ready
flag.
for play, whistle was not blown.
There you go.
Therefore, we will do this play over. 4th down.
There's an odd air to the stadium right now, Ross. Royal blue is the dominant color with a smattering of red, and it almost seems like the fans are now in a stunned, stoic silence, almost knowing the result is fait accompli and uncertain of what's going to happen.
Right, and deciding whether or not they want to stay or leave.
Yeah.
Right? It is a school night. It's Monday. It's 10 o'clock, and the Bills are highly unlikely to lose this game.
Punt is clean from Martin. Duvernay forced in steeper retreat. Makes a fair catch wave at the last moment. Brings it into his grasp at around the 17-yard line. 11:55 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Buffalo. Oh, excuse me, there's a flag down.
Late flag.
Flag all the way back at the 14-yard line, a 49-yard punt. Well, let's see what this penalty is for, as referee Sean Smith has just jogged down to the opposite end of the field. Here's the call.
At the end of the play, personal foul, kicking team number 46. 15-yard penalty will be added to the dead ball spot. First down, timeout.
11:55 to go, fourth quarter, 37-10. The Buffalo lead on Jacksonville. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood 1.
There's no better place to watch live TV this fall than Hulu Plus Live TV. You get your favorite sports like football, local channels, shows, and so much more. Plus, get Hulu's entire streaming library with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus included in your plan. No long-term contracts or hidden fees. Don't wait. Start your 3-day free trial of Hulu Plus Live TV today. Live TV plan required. Access content from each service separately. Offer valid for new and eligible returning subscribers only if available. Terms and restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain, but that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app. So climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 6 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Digestive health issues can take over your entire day, leaving you feeling bloated and uncomfortable. Reduce strain and have more effective eliminations with Squatty Potty.
In Buffalo, Bills 37, Jaguars 10, 11:55 to go fourth quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Monday Night Football.
This is Peter King. Hear me all season long, every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC Sunday night when the same Buffalo Bills meet the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, you can also hear Sunday Night Football each week beginning right here at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on many of these same stations on the NFL app or online at WestwoodOneSports.com. John Sadak, Ross Tucker, our Westwood One crew. Buffalo drilled Jacksonville at the game start. It's been oddly a bit in between since. 37-10 Buffalo, 11:55 to go, fourth quarter. Lawrence out of the gun. Jags begin to drive at their own 32. Single backside car left, pat the football. Lawrence spins, off some contact. Now he gets wrapped up and sacked at the 23. Casey Tuhill swallows up the quarterback.
And that's on Lawrence. I mean, I don't know where the mental clock is there or the pocket presence. You have to throw the ball. I mean, he's not Lamar Jackson. He's not going to run around and make a bunch of guys miss.
Spotted up at 24, loss of 8. Deep drop, he's hit as he throws, and it's barely caught by the tumbling Etienne, who's immediately contacted after Army crawling on the ground with no gain at the 24.5. Dorian Williams was there. So now it's third down and called at 17 with 11:09 to go in the fourth quarter.
And the Bills bring in not only their dime package, but they bring in Von Miller, who's looking to feast on Walker Little once again, the backup right tackle.
Lawrence out of the gun, third and 17, call it from the 25. Takes the snap, he fades back, he flicks it over the middle, open Etienne, makes the grab at the 30, slams on the brakes, and then tumbles under contact from Hamlin at 32. They get 7. So it's fourth down and 10, and the punt unit will have to come on.
No, it's not. They're going to go for it. I think this is the game right here. I mean, not that it's even close, John, but you're going to go for it. Fourth and 10 on your own 32-yard line. You're already down 4 scores. If you don't get this, the Bills are already in scoring range. This is it. They don't get this.
Lawrence out of the gun. Single back right. Receiver motion from Duvernay. Sets up slot left and a timeout called by Lawrence. He doesn't like the look. Came with 1 on the play clock. So the first call timeout for the Jaguars here in the second half. Pain means pause on the things you love, but green means go. Cool the pain with BioFreeze and keep on going. BioFreeze's fast-acting menthol-based formula cools the pain. Visit biobreeze.com. Use as directed. Ross, it's just felt that at times Jacksonville's almost been rudderless. You know, even some of their better drives haven't had that same oomph and energy, while Buffalo has been so coolly confident and comfortable the whole game.
Well, and even there, right? I mean, you're down 27. You don't want to be using the timeout there. I mean, if you're going to go for it, go for it. You don't have to have the play clock get down to 1 second.
Fourth and 10, Jags from their own 32. Bills lead 37-10. 10:04 to go, fourth quarter. Lawrence shotgun snap. 6 men come. He's hit as he throws. Tight to the far left sideline. Incomplete. Looking for Brian Thomas Jr. And it's a turnover on downs, and the Bills have it in prime real estate.
And another pressure from Von Miller, who is taking advantage of the backup right tackle for the Jaguars, to be kind.
Well, the ball at the 32, 37-10 is your score. The Bills smothering the Jaguars. 9:58 to go in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, it's our mission to help you earn and save more with exclusive member rates and discounts. And when you become a member this September and open an Easy Start certificate by October 15th, you could get $100. When you have that, you'll feel financially at ease, which means you can worry about other things like, what if this advertisement has a catchy tune? What if it gets stuck in your head?
It's really that catchy.
How long will it be stuck in your head?
Forever and ever.
You have a lot of things to worry about, but as a member of Navy Federal, your finances won't be one of them. All active duty service members, veterans, and their families can join today at NavyFederal.org/September. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. $5 minimum balance for savings account. Annual percentage yield is 0.25%. $50 minimum balance for Easy Start certificates. APY varies based on terms selected. For example, 12-month Easy Start certificate earns 4.75% APY.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date with a COVID shot this season?
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at VaxAssist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Barbasol. Stop overpaying for gas. Download the free Upside app. Use promo code TOUCHDOWN and you could earn cash back on the gas you buy. Yes, you could earn real cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. Download the Upside app now. Use promo code TOUCHDOWN. A limited 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first tank. Second unit is in for Buffalo, including quarterback Mitchell Trubisky. He works under center from the 32 and flags flutter at the snap. 9:57 to go for
False start. Offense number 41, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Reggie Gilliam, who is getting some of his first looks along with Quentin Morris, Tyler Grable up front along with Alec Anderson.
You know, it's always interesting in these situations, John, who gets to come out and who has to keep playing. You know, this isn't college football or high school where you have full backups. You know, you get a lot of guys that have to keep playing. You don't have another guy at each spot.
First and 15 at the Jacksonville 37. 37-10, the Buffalo lead. Handoff goes to Ray Davis. He loops around the left side. Able to avoid the first wave, but tamed at the 35. Gets only a couple of yards. So second down and 13, 9:47 clock rolls. Update from Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, 2-yard touchdown pass. The Bengals are within 8. It's 28-20.
So the Bills were able to get 3 starting offensive linemen off the field. But the left guard, David Edwards, is still out there. The right tackle, Spencer Brown, who just got a nice 4-year contract extension, is still out there.
Allen under center. Handoff, and Davis able to rip off that left side to the 29-yard line, just inside the number left. And they picked up 7 yards there. It's third down and 6.
It's really weird, John, because this is my third Bills game to start the year. I did the first game on the TV side for CBS. I did the last game down in Miami on Thursday Night Football, and same thing happened. The Bills had such a lead that they were able to put some backups in. Trubisky came in at the end because they had a big-time lead over the Dolphins. Of course, that was the game where Tua Tagovailoa suffered yet another concussion.
Third and 6 from the 28. Trubisky slings it into the right flat. Grabbed there by Curtis Samuel. He's able to carry a couple of Jaguars, including Josh Hines Allen, to the 25-yard line. A gain of 3. So it's fourth down and the field goal unit out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a huge difference between being up 27 or up 30, but the Bills are going to take the points. It's fourth and a long 3. Plus, especially with their kicker, Tyler Bass, having some issues, never hurts to have some confidence as more and more Bills fans are heading for the exits.
43-yard field goal try, right to left, right hash. He's hit from 27 tonight. Now from 43. Snap, clean spot, true right foot, a kick in the air, plenty of leg, and it's good. 4-0 on the board. for the Bills. With that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. There's a break in the action with the score, Buffalo 40, Jacksonville 10. 7:45 to go in the fourth. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Vanguard is 100% client-owned, serving over 50 million investors every day. Whether you're planning for retirement, putting your kids through college, or saving up for your next adventure, Vanguard can help you set personalized investment goals. All investing is subject to risk. Vanguard is owned by its funds, which are owned by Vanguard's fund shareholder clients. Copyright 2024, The Vanguard Group, Inc. All rights reserved. Vanguard Marketing Corporation Distributor.
A reminder, you can once again listen to every Westwood 1 NFL broadcast this season for free via the NFL app. From now until Super Bowl 59 in February, the NFL is on Westwood 1, and it's on the NFL app too. Download for free today. Bills' lead expanded to 30, a 4-play, 7-yard drive, 2 minutes, 13 seconds, a 43-yard field goal make by Tyler Bass, and that Commanders-Bengals game, some Princeton Tiger success, orange and black for you.
Andre Yosivas had 2 touchdowns last week against the Chiefs, scores another one tonight for the Bengals. There's something about that guy in stripes. Had an outstanding career for my alma mater. Won the Ivy League in the heptathlon, by the way. He's a very, very gifted athlete, awesome young man, and giving the Bengals a chance to get back in that one.
And so your fellow man from Old Nassau, 2:22 to go third quarter, 28-20. The Commanders' edge here. It's Buffalo comfortably cruising by 30. It was 34-3 at halftime. You could almost tell from each team's first possession what uphill climb and downhill flight was about to come.
You're exactly right, John. It seemed like that right from the start.
Here is a deep, unreturnable kick that nearly goes into the seats from Bass. And so here comes Jacksonville. What are you looking for down 30 at this stage of the game?
Well, the first thing I was looking for was to see who would come out at quarterback, and it's Mac Jones, which I'm not surprised by. You know, you're down by 30 with less than 8 minutes left. The last thing you need is your franchise quarterback making over $50 million a year to get injured. Then your season's really over. Plus, Mac Jones is a pretty accomplished player for a backup quarterback. Let him spin the rock a little bit.
Hands off to Etienne. Giant chasm of space off the right side. He rumbles second level and picks up a first down. Kyer Elam was part of the pair of Bills that finally corral him after 14 yards to the 44. Now, Lawrence, by the way, is now on the hook to join Jim Plunkett as the only quarterbacks drafted number 1 overall to have multiple losing streaks of 8 or more games in a career. Lawrence lost 8 straight as a rookie in 21.
I think he'd probably take Jim Plunkett's career after that. Win a couple Super Bowls?
I would say yes. The Ernest Johnson. Ball fed into his belly off the right side, but the Bills hold that edge. He only earns the 44.5, so call it a half a yard. Second down and 9+.
Bills have almost exclusively second-string guys on defense. You know, typically you'll have more defensive players available for a game than offensive players because they rotate. And this is pretty cool for them, right? They don't get a whole lot of live reps. Second game in a row where these guys are getting live regular season reps, which is invaluable, especially considering how many injuries the Bills have already suffered this year.
Second down and 9. Jags from their own 45. 6.5 to go in the fourth. Jones has the ball knocked free. He tumbles down. It's scooped up by the Bills and falling down upon it, Casey Toohill. After it was punched free, Toohill with a bit of a hot potato moment, tried to scoop and score, but could not at first cleanly corral it. And they're able to get possession at the 21. as it was punch-free by Javon Solomon and a critical turnover for the backup QB.
Solomon, the youngster, he has been banged up and unavailable the first couple games. Now he gets to come out as a rookie from Troy and get a strip sack and a fumble. That's awesome for him. That's one of the things I just said. It's value to have some of these other guys getting a chance to show what they can do.
And Mitchell Trubisky back out, who's started with the Bears 17-20, a backup with Buffalo in 21. And the Pittsburgh part-time starter the last couple of years. Receiver motion from under center. Handoff goes to Ty Johnson. There's not a whole lot right in the heart of the line. He is to the 20, gets a yard. So it'll be second down at 9. But 6:10 clock rolls here, Ross. Buffalo up a lopsided 40-10.
Very, very rare to see these type of scores in the NFL. 40-10. You know, you just don't see it that often where there's still more than 5 minutes left in the game. Both teams have their backup quarterbacks in. Both teams have a lot of backups in, period. Second straight Bills game for me where the fourth quarters felt like a preseason game.
Under center, Trubisky. Bills with 103 net rushing yards. Handoff and wide open space out to the right side. Ty Johnson turn it up the right sideline to the 5, and he is in there. He is out at the 2. That's a gain of 18 yards. They're going to mark him at the 2.5. It'll be first down and goal. Now the Bills with 100 or more yards rushing in now 11 consecutive games.
Been one of the biggest differences since Joe Brady took over as offensive coordinator is just how often and how effectively they run the football, and also how well they spread it around. You know, it was no longer the Stephon Diggs show, and I think that's one reason why they realized they could move on from him.
Trubisky from under center. Handoff, purposeful pause. Ty Johnson's second effort, denied, gets no gain. He's right at that 2.5. It'll be second down and goal. 4:41 clock rolls, fourth quarter.
I got to tell you, you've got the best alliteration of any play-by-play guy in the galaxy. Purposeful pause. You had like 3 or 4 others tonight. You're a wordsmith.
You know, I turned to that Turner phrase when we worked together years ago, and I used the term pensive or hesitant, and you corrected me, and I think accurately so.
Well, purposeful pause is awesome.
Thank you, my friend. Trubisky under center from the near left hash. Another handoff and a race up the right side into the end zone. Touchdown, Ray Davis, the rookie out of Kentucky. First rushing score in the NFL for Davis. 4:04 to go in the fourth. It's 46-10. Another tack on for Buffalo. The varied scoring touches, the varied touches period, centered on what Josh Allen did for a good portion of the night, but there is surprising depth with this Buffalo team.
There is, and it really starts to me at the receiving core, where they don't really feed one guy anymore in Diggs. They do a terrific job of spreading the wealth. Makes them really hard to defend.
So now Tyler Bass out for
There's no foul on the play. Result of the play is a touchdown.
The point after, there was a flag in the end zone, but no penalty. So Cook's got a touchdown, Johnson has a touchdown, Davis has a touchdown, all 3 of the primary running backs, Coleman, Shakir, Kincaid, touchdowns as well. It's the Oprah effect here in Orchard Park. So Bass the point after, right to left, near left hash. The crowd is thinned significantly. Snap, spot, right footed kick is in the air. And he cranks it good. So 4:04 to go in the fourth. It is 47-10 Bills. We check the attendance, find out how many people were in the house, sponsored by Realtors. Navigate the complex world of home buying or selling with an agent who is a Realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. 71,609 were here. Ross, right now, I think many are living their best life in either the parking lot or some neighborhood lawn not that far away.
No, and you know, it's it's an interesting discussion, right? Because the game's over. They know that. But you only get so many of them. And a lot of times I think some fans, they want to soak in every second of this glory. Other fans know they got to go to work or school or whatever tomorrow.
Well, this is also the next to last year for this building. They're building a brand new Highmark Stadium right next door that'll open in the fall of 2026. So this place that for many years I still think of as the Ralph, opened in 1973, now Highmark Stadium for some time. And the days are ticking away on how long NFL football will be played here, how long it'll exist. More than deep enough kick for a touchback, no chance of a return. Back of the end zone, 4:04 to go in the fourth. Join us again next Monday for another special night of NFL action. 2 games to choose from. Tennessee and Miami begin at 7:15 Eastern, and Detroit hosts Seattle. Our coverage for that game begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Log on to Westwood1sports.com for more details, or to listen to the stream of either game for free. If it's Monday Night Football, it's on Westwood 1. 47-10 Buffalo. Well, Mac Jones out of the gun, single back to his right, play fake. He fires to the near right, caught by Thomas. Surrounded and hounded by a pair of Bills. He gets to the 38, and that's a gain of 8. It'll be second down at a couple of yards. Brandon Codrington, the primary contact.
So it's not just alliteration. It's rhymes, too. Surrounded and hounded. I got to tell you, John, when it's 47-10, you are my entertainment for the rest of the game. Your words are where I'm focused.
Well, Mr. Burns is an inspiration. Flipping to the left flat on a look for Christian Kirk. And he gets the first down, earns to around the 44. No chance for Khan, but Jamarcus Ingram makes the stick there. 3:21 to go in the fourth. It's 47-10.
It's kind of funny when you watch certain teams. Like, I wonder how many people listening right now could have told you before the game that Trubisky was the backup for the Bills and Mac Jones was the backup for the Jags. I mean, these are former first-round picks that have played a lot of football, started a bunch of games.
Handoff Etienne. He has got a giant hole easily over midfield, deep into the Buffalo secondary. Finally ripped down at the 34-yard line by Kaiir Elam after he earns 21 yards. The primary running back getting a big-time rip.
Well, Etienne still has that burst, and the Jacksonville Jaguars still have their starting offensive line in. It's really starters across the board with the exception of Trevor Lawrence. They have not put in second-string guys like the Bills have.
Mac Jones flips it out right side for Kirk. Hard contact trying to carve out some space, and there's not a whole lot there. He gets to the 33. Brandon Codrington was right there, gain of a yard.
That was nasty. Jonathan Ingram for the Bills saw that bubble screen and came over to try to make a tackle, and Gabe Davis just totally knocked him down and pancaked him, but then Gabe Davis had to run off the field. He hurt something with his left arm.
He was just drooping that arm. It seemed to be out entirely. Bad pass to the left flat as a look for Christian Kirk was nearly picked by Elam. He jumped it but only deflected it as he leapt toward it out of bounds, incomplete.
Wow. Mac Jones is very fortunate that that was not a pick six and his second turnover in as many drives.
Came over to trade in March for a 6th-round pick. Now 2:20 to go, fourth quarter. 47-10 Bills. Jaguars at the Buffalo 33. Bunch trips to the far left, single wide right, single back right. Snap of the near right half. High snap, Jones fades back. Backside pressure comes. He throws near right. Overshoots his man. Codrington was there in coverage. And there is a flag on the play. He was matched up with Parker Washington. And I think the contact might have come before the ball did.
Pass interference. Defense number 29. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
The rookie out of North Carolina Central. So a field goal make from 42 yards out by the Commanders. Distance for Washington. It's now 31-20. Commanders on top of the Bengals. It's still early stage fourth quarter, 11:30 to go.
Boy, that would be just a huge outcome in that game, right? If the Commanders can get to 2-1 with Dan Quinn, Jane Daniels, and for the Bengals to fall to 0-3, that would be rough.
Dearness Johnson is in at running back. He gets fed and cuts a path right into the weaving middle of the Buffalo defense. He's able to earn a first down, pick up 11 yards to the 12-yard line. There is a miss now falling somewhat sideways, three-quarter angled right to left. And the wind has picked up some as we have hit the 2-minute warning. Your score, 47-10. The Bills lead the Jaguars here in the fourth. You're listening to Monday Night Football on Westwood One.
There's no better place to watch live TV this fall than Hulu Plus Live TV. You get your favorite sports like football, local channels, shows, and so much more. Plus, get Hulu's entire streaming library with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus included in your plan. No long-term contracts or hidden fees. Don't wait. Start your 3-day free trial of Hulu Plus Live TV today. Live TV plan required. Access content from each service separately. Offer valid for new and eligible returning subscribers only if available. Terms and restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
Something amazing is happening in meteorology. Climate researchers are weathering a data storm. That's because CDW transformed their devices and infrastructure to pre-configured Lenovo ThinkPads and powerful edge-to-cloud solutions, delivering faster insights to run more accurate forecast models. So it's almost like they're controlling the weather themselves. Lenovo and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Lenovo Client.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
The copyright of tonight's broadcast on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited.
2 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Buffalo 47, Jacksonville 10. Stay up to date with Westwood One Sports. Follow us on X and Instagram. In-game highlights, direct links to listen to live games, behind-the-scenes photos, and more. Follow Westwood One Sports on X and Instagram. A thin pearl of a sheet of rain swipes across our view right to left. A decent wind has started to billow the flags. Jacksonville trying to pay off with the scores. First and 10 at the Buffalo 12-yard line, but the Bills are gargantuan 47-10 lead. Backup quarterback Mac Jones has been in the last couple of possessions. Lawrence finished sub 60% for the sixth time in 7 games. And there's movement on both sides, flags everywhere.
False start. Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. First down.
5-time Pro Bowler Brandon Sheriff.
You mentioned Sheriff, and it's like the Jags have a lot of guys that are accomplished players. They have a lot of guys on big second and third contracts. It's kind of stunning that they're this bad.
First and 15 from the 17. Pass left flat with immediate contact as Duvernay brought it in. Kaiir Elam wraps him up and brings him down. That'll be a loss of a yard to the 18.
That could have been even worse. Elam was able to beat the block of Parker Washington on the bubble screen, and Duvernay didn't even see him. Elam could have really unloaded on him right there.
Second down and 16. Press shown near side, now fades back soft. Snap far left hash out of the gun. Lob way off target, intended for Dearness Johnson, but led him a good 3.5 yards in front of him. Incomplete from Mac Jones. 1:25, clock frozen fourth quarter, 47-10 Buffalo. Now the sideline, Trevor Lawrence just looks to be in somewhat stunned disbelief. He's about to go to 0-8 in his last 8 starts, with 11 turnovers in that time.
He told us, John, after the last game against Cleveland, he said, we suck right now. And you know what? He was right. They do.
Third down and 16. Jones, check down, goes to a bigger target as he connects with Josiah DeGuara, who was elevated from the practice squad. He gets to the 10. It's a gain of 7. It'll be fourth down and 8. Burrow and Chase hook up from 31 yards out, a touchdown, but a 2-point drive fails. 9:42 to go in the fourth. It's now a 5-point game. Washington 31, Cincinnati 26. Duvernay fakes motion. Bill show man. 51 seconds. The rain is picked up in a thicker sheet. Jones fades back, fires into the right side of the end zone, dropped incomplete, looking for Parker Washington. A probing hand was in for a Bill, but they fail on fourth down, 44 seconds, and now it's a ceremonial conclusion at 47-10.
Nice play by the Bills, and you know what's funny? You're watching the sideline, they got a good culture. They did not want the Jags to score there. They wanted their defensive guys to make a play, and that's exactly what they did to keep them out of the end zone.
And so Josh Allen, who's had a ball cap on for a while, is seemingly Jordan shrugging on the sidelines, while Mitchell Trubisky is out of victory formation for kneel downs to conclude it. 44 seconds remain, 47-10, the Buffalo lead. And a victory snap and a bent knee. Time to select our Navy Federal Credit Union Defender of the Game. Who do you got?
I'm going to go DeMar Hamlin. You know, he had 3 solo tackles, 2 assisted tackles, but he also had that key interception on a terrible overthrow by Trevor Lawrence. That's when you really knew that it just was not going to be the Jags' night.
Had a 19-yard return, set up a TD. He is our Defender of the Game, sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union. Proudly serving the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Another knee, and that's all. Sidelines spill out for handshakes as zeros hit on the clock, and the Bills throttle the Jaguars. You knew it from kick. 47-10, a demolition at Orchard Park. The Bills trounce Jacksonville.
Well, you said it. John, you and I kind of felt that way right from the start of the game, and you thought, okay, it's early, but it got late early for the Jaguars. Really a no-show performance by that franchise that has some soul-searching to do for the rest of a very long NFL season.
And meanwhile, the Bills are now 3-0. Final score, 47-10. Buffalo dispatches of Jacksonville. Back with more of the postgame show in a moment. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
From cozy acoustic mixes to football tailgate anthems, back to school study beats, live sports, and more.
Deep left field, way back and gone. Goodbye.
Find the perfect sweater weather soundtrack to warm you up this autumn. And spice up any moment with a hand-picked audio collection on the SiriusXM app. Just search Fall.
Spend your Saturday night with MLS on SiriusXM FC. First, Leo Messi and Inter Miami's high-flying attack square off against Charlotte FC.
Suarez, Elba, Messi! It's in!
Then, it's a battle out west as the Seattle Sounders face the Houston Dynamo.
Jordan Morris! Winner for the Sounders!
It's an MLS doubleheader this Saturday night at 7:30 Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157. Friday night is NWSL night on SiriusXM FC.
You just cannot stop Trinity Rodman!
Hear the Washington Spirit in action as they head to LA for a clash with Angel City. It's the NWSL Game of the Week. The Washington Spirit versus Angel City. Coverage kicks off Friday night at 10 Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157 and streaming on the SiriusXM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
You gotta love sports. Listen to Shine on Sports with me, Adam Shine, every weekday from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern. SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Welcome back to the NFL on Westwood One. It's time for our Wrangler highlight of the game.
Receiver motion. Coleman has got a touchdown grab left to right. Allen right hash out of the gun. Blitzes off from the Jaguars. Allen can feel it. He looks over the middle. Crossing look catch by Shakir. Loses his defender. 15, 10, 5. Bursts into the end zone with Horn for a touchdown. Oh, cracking contact as he breaks the plane. It's 4 possessions and 4 touchdowns for the Bills offense. 2:04 until the break. It is a pummeling 26-3. That's the highlight of the game, sponsored by Wrangler. It's Wrangler season out there. Open road, endless horizons. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles made for your next adventure. Wrangler for the ride of life. That was part of the outstanding start for Buffalo. Throttling Jacksonville early. It was 34-3 before the break. The most lopsided halftime deficit in Jacksonville Jaguar history, a franchise that began in 1995. And so the final score, 47-10, as the Bills break down Jacksonville. And Ross, I think understandably and correctly, you talk about how Jacksonville just did not show up and looked horrendous. But similarly, a lot of credit does go to this Bills team that might be way better than people thought.
Such a terrific point, John, because I said coming into this weekend, there's going to be more 2-1 and 1-2 teams than there are 3-0 and 0-3. And I thought this was a classic example of that, right? Where the Jags couldn't be that bad to be 0-3, and I thought the Bills were good, but I wasn't sure the Bills were good enough to get out to 3-0. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, just utterly dominant from start to finish. They deserve a ton of credit. The Bills were ready to play. The Jaguars just came out lifeless, and I was stunned to see that.
In terms of the numbers here, Ross, the one that leaps out is Josh Allen. 23 of 30, 263. His 11th career game of 4 or more touchdowns. He had no picks. The 4 TDs went to 4 different targets. And he also had some eye-opening runs. There seemed to be tremendous poise and feel from Allen, who was as comfortable as could be on an NFL field.
And now he's 18-0 without turning the football over. You're seeing that once again, that when he doesn't turn it over, and he's been much better protecting the ball this year. It's back-to-back games in a row with no turnovers. The sky is the limit for the Bills if he takes care of the football.
Time now to select the dependable offensive player of the game, sponsored by Depend and the Prostate Cancer Foundation, reminding you that health is a long game, and screening for prostate cancer is easier than ever. Learn more at Depend.com. All right, Ross, who is your dependable offensive player of the game?
Well, guess who? I mean, we were just talking about him, Josh Allen. You gave his stats, the 4 touchdowns, the 142 passer rating. You know, they didn't really need him to do as much throwing the ball the first couple games. He did more tonight. Just felt like he was in total control throughout. He and Joe Brady, the Bills offensive coordinator, right now are very, very much on the same page, and it shows.
He was also the Bills' leading rusher. He had 6 carries, 44 yards, averaged 7.5 per carry during the course of the game. Trevor Lawrence, by the way, 21 of 38, 178. He had 1 touchdown and 1 pick, a quarterback rating of 65.5. His backup, Mac Jones, had a higher rating in garbage time, and he did run with a lot of the ones at that stage of the game. We'll continue with more of our post-game show from here in Buffalo, but first, let's give our local stations a chance for a message. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.